rewind the music. Yeah. Are you asking the group specifically, or are you asking? Yeah, there's. I see a waterbender and an earthbender. Okay, so there's two earthbenders. Three earthbender. Okay. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Wait. Do you have two bending styles? Okay. Weapons. Okay. I was. I was. SNES the 2-year-old. um. So SNES, what's your main bending style, or are you not a bender? Airbending. Okay, so we have air, earth, water, and fire. All right. Cool. Vocab, are you weapons or are you tech? Tech. Okay, so we've got the full thing. Yeah, we've got the full thing, the full gambit. Winnable. I'm gonna swap off this Roku picture real quick. Give me one sec. Little Roku's very funny, but like it's Roken. I'm Roken my shit. I'm out here Roken my shit. Pokemon joke. Okay. All right. So before we diverge any further, I would like to officially thank you all for playing with me. That hopefully this turns out well. Again, it is my first time running the system, so even the viewers at home, uh, please understand if I make any mistakes. It is because I am new to the system. Please be kind to me. Um, we are going to be starting in media res, which means we are taking the story and jumping forward a little bit in the actual timeline so that when we eventually get to the inciting incident, you can retell it as if you were literally retelling things. Um, the first couple of things to already mention is that your group of people here are already friends. You may have inter party conflict. Um, Two of you may not like each other very much, but at the very least, you are all friendly towards each other. Another thing is that you are all experts in your craft, whether that be martial arts or technology, and technology is technically a subset of martial arts in this. And so you are all masters of martial arts. Um, and no matter how you go with your character, you are heroes. You are not villains in this story. That was a bad time for a crescendo. Uh, you are heroes. Bam! you I'm gonna restart that song, but yeah. uh, but yes, you are heroes. You may not be the hero. You're not the avatar, but you are heroes. You are going through the world doing good for the people around you. Um, and for that, now that we've all kind of explained the scope, the vibes, the feels, I want everyone to take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. We will begin our story. Our story begins in a colonized Earth Kingdom, now under the rule of the Fire Nation. A small area, a little town, called Udao. A town that in the future would become one of the wealthiest non-Fire Island cities in the Fire Nation. But for now is a small area, a mercantile town, trying to get its metalworking factories up for the Fire Nation. Currently, there is a little bit of friction between the Fire Nation and the Earth Kingdom. Though things have not escalated at all yet, have been pockets of rebellion that are fighting against the colonization efforts of the Fire Nation to push back against them. Some of the Fire Nation nobility that are overseeing Udal have been growing tiresome of these attacks. But some, instead, see it for what it is. It is a pushback against their own, basically, brutalization of the country and of the nation under the guise of peace and prosperity. But it is here where you would meet Michi. I had to wait for the crescendo that time. Michi is the son of a Fire Nation noble, one of the ones overlooking Udao's development. He has seen the rebellion that has been taking place against the Fire Nation colonization efforts, and has realized it for what it is. And so he has denounced his family fortune and wants to go and find the... Oh shit, what was it? It's something winds. Guiding Winds, thank you. Wants to go and find the Guiding Winds so that he can go and live as an air nomad. The rest of you have come across his plight and have dedicated yourself to helping him. Uh, it, I'm just gonna wait for this to end. Cool. Probably. I'm getting mocked. All right. All of you are in Yudao, and you have become aware that Michi's father, a man named Kaitan, has hired mercenaries to come and find his son, to bring him back by force if necessary, to quell this little teenaged rebellion and bring him back into where he is supposed to be, at his father's side. I gotta turn down the music just a little bit because this is a little louder. Cool. The party is currently where? I want you all to pitch me some ideas. Mm-hmm. You've already picked him up already, yes. Yeah, because we're starting in media res. You've already had this experience, so that when we go over the inciting incident, it's retold as like in the actual part of it. You're kind of retelling the story as if, oh, remember that time, or oh, by the way, like just kind of recounting, like how could this have happened? Something along those lines. Um, Literally thinking back on how you met Michi, how you came to know that there were people following him, things along those lines. Yeah, basically, if you are still in Udao, or if you are kind of on the road to one of the Guiding Wind camps. Ask the Airbender. Ah, right, you're a foundling. That's right. I mean, whether or not you are aware of, uh, like super important airbending techniques or anything along those lines, it's more a matter of that airbending lady probably, having seen your potential, would have told you about the guiding winds movements through the Earth Kingdom. Um, and so, that being the case, Bond would probably know that there is a guiding winds camp that is about a 3 days journey outside of Udao. Yeah, Well, the Guiding Wind isn't a rebellion group. They're more about peace temperaments, and they're trying to like promote the idea of like asceticism basically and monastic traditions, but they're not like they're not a rebellion group or anything of the sort. They're just kind of like going about and spreading their message, and they they might try to find refuge with them because they'll house anybody in the camps. All right. Yeah, there are a few people then. So as you have already kind of figured out where you're going, are you guys on the path now, or are you still in Udao and trying to get out? What do you think? I will say that can be part of the inciting incident. If you guys want to start along the road, you can have the inciting incident cover you leaving Udao. All right. Yeah. So, there is one town, a very small village that is on the way. Although it is a slight diversion, it would only add maybe about another 2 hours to your journey rather than a full extra day or anything along those lines. So 2 days into the journey, you would be able to sleep in a village potentially, or at least outside of a village. Um, as for the road itself, there is a member of the Earth Nation here, a few members actually, that would be aware of the kind of almost a bit between a crag and a desert. So it's kind of rocky and sandy areas. Not a whole lot of trees in this area um, as you're moving through. Though the city of Udao, or the now becoming a city of Udao, does have some efforts to introduce plant life and things along those lines to make it look more like along the lines of something like Ba Sing Se, or where's Boomy from? Umashu, yeah. Where there is vegetation and things, but that is a Fire Nation effort. It is not actually a Earth Nation effort. And so as you leave Udao, it becomes a lot more of the like more barren landscape that is more similar to the desert areas where the sandbenders would live. No, it already happened. You guys are starting along the path, and you're going to recount to me and to the rest of the audience how you ended up meeting Michi. Um, Recounting the stories of like, oh, like a week ago we met you doing this, or we saw you doing that, and we decided to hop in and talk to you, and then later on we found out about your father, and then after that the mercenaries, and we got chased out of Udao, or blah blah blah, things along those lines. And then that'll inform your choices as you continue the rest of the one shot, basically. Let's do this one more time. So yeah, we'll say that you guys are just outside of Udao then. Basically, you have gotten out of the city through whatever means it is. We don't know yet. We'll find out soon. You are maybe about, I'll say, 7-8 hours into this journey, one that is going to take about 3 days. Michi is near the rest of you, kind of like dragging his feet a little bit. He's a little upset. As for the landscape, it is harsh. The sun is beating down on you. Nothing really much around but the sand and the rocks that dust the path as you continue forward. That that is kind of what I was trying to build up to. Yeah. It's true. Well, this is not a literal introduction of one's own character. You guys know each other. You're already friends. Like, you guys met before, like, you guys met and you were friends before meeting Michi. So, this is all out of character introductions. Okay. All right. Snes, can you turn yourself up just a little bit? There we go. Yeah, you just had to get a little closer, I guess. That's good. Okay, perfect. All right. Who's next? Uh oh. Wait. Oh, fuck. Okay. You guys have not been heard on stream at all, I don't think. Let me. Yeah, this is the. Curse you, Bale! Hold on, I gotta pull you up. I gotta see if you guys are talking. Hold on. Because otherwise, it's just been me talking to the void this entire time and seeing pretty lights light up. Fuck. I need people in chat. I need people to tell me this shit. Fuck. Let me do an audio capture. Where is it? Output capture.
So sad.
Not real.
Is that better? Yeah,
Not a
look at that. That
person.
looks better.
Is that the first
it?
thing the stream heard me say?
Yeah, I think so.
Hello
There we
world.
go.
Oh my god. Hi, guys.
So audible.
All right,
What's-
Evan, do you want
Oh
to
my God.
re-describe your character? Luckily, they heard all of me speaking, so hopefully they would understand. You know, maybe context clues can inform people. Just to re-describe things. We are about a few hours into the travel, getting out of Udao. They heard me describe that. What haven't they heard from you guys? It was basically you just chipping and making suggestions, and then I agreed, and then I re-described. So I think it should all be good. Evan, could you
Okay.
please re-describe your character?
Toon is a he's not like openly a Sun Warrior. It's like a very badly kept secret, but it's very obvious to anyone who meets him that he's not like usual Fire Nation citizen. He has gold bracers and a gold necklace, and he's a very tall, tan man with a ponytail that goes down halfway to his back. He's a big old sweetheart. He's a big softy, but he knows how to get out of his scrap when he's in one. He won't start a fight, and he cares about people a little too much, maybe. And his name is Mayan for stone. Because
Wow.
I saw it and it sounded like a very Avatarish name.
You have no idea how long it took him to find that name.
Yeah, I was looking for one that felt right, and the
And he was
Avatar
like,
names
"What
are
a
like
fine
between 1
name."
and 2 syllables.
I'm like, fucking baby names. Duh.
Katara is one of the few exceptions to the rule. Most names are 2 syllables or less.
Not allowed syllables.
Well,
Those are banned.
minus 2 syllables.
Who wants to introduce themselves next?
I think. Kitty, did you still want to go next?
Sure, yeah. So my girl, she, is a earthbender. I think when you guys met her, she was very like closed off. She doesn't really like open up all that much. But she's started to kind of come out of her shell a bit more around you guys. When you guys first met her, she wore like this. She just kind of lived in dark clothes, headscarf, covers pretty much all of her features except for her eyes. But then she's, as I said, now that she's kind of got used to you guys, she kind of likes you. She's opened up a bit more, and she's taken that off a bit more. So she's got like short hair. She's it's always a fucking mess. God knows what would happen if you put a brush through her hair. She's not like, she's like average height, slim build, and she's just kind of, she's alluded to have done something that she like really regrets, but I don't know whether or not she'd have fully explained it just yet. I think she would have just kind of been like, yeah, I done fucked up and I'm trying to fix it kind of thing. Yeah, and her name is Shi Okaninu.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Yes, I can.
All right.
When Makoa and Shiying joined up, Shiying had to do all the introduction for her, as she looked at the groups like, this isn't worth my time. I don't know why we're even here. we're doing just fine on our own. She stands pretty stout, probably around like 5'4", 5'5". Her garb is a mixture of Earth Kingdom and Waterbender, more Earth King with more waterbending, water tribe accents. For what you know about her, Shing probably would have just let you know
32
that
months. Yeah, buddy.
he found her at the Northern Earth Kingdom shore, and that's all you really know about who she is, like beyond surface level. She doesn't mind talking. She's very coarse, very rough, and unlike Evan's character, she will be the one to start most fights if she feels it's worth the fight, or if someone just feels off to her, or if someone just feels off to her, or if someone just
Whoa.
Sorry, I muted it.
It's in my head.
Jump scare.
in my head.
Get out of my skin.
Ah!
And it's really hard to separate her from Shiying. She's almost glued to him.
Well,
In that case, I suppose I can go next.
Before you do, AJ, thank you so much for the 32 months. Cool. All right.
thank you.
AJ.
How dare you interrupt me, AJ?
No, shut the
Hey,
fuck
thank
up,
you.
vocab. Shut the fuck
Appreciate
up.
Days are numbered.
He
None.
waited until it was Vocab's turn.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, I imagine a lot of the initial introduction would have been convincing Mr. Miguel that this would have been worthwhile. It's like, no, they're not that bad. We got this.
There's some of the good ones.
Whoa.
These ones are okay.
Whoa.
For her, that was a very needing argument.
Wow.
It's like they're like us. They want to do good, you know. Anyway, Shiying is put together, I suppose would be the best term. Not upper class necessarily, but presentable as someone that cares about how they're perceived. They're warm. Well, he's warm, but there's arrogance there. He's kind of full of himself. Pragmatic, likes to get distracted with needless shit. But he's very open and accepting of people who are willing to go out and get things done. You know, if you want to go and help, then we're on good terms.
All right.
Okay, I guess my turn now.
Yep. Last
Um,
one.
my character is Vaughn. Honestly, it might have been a little rough when they first met, mostly because Vaughn is kind of a criminal, but like not on purpose, guys.
Wait, whose laws did you break?
So long story short, Fire Nation kind of thought that like the shit Vaughn was doing was trying to like fuel the revolts, but really he was just taking in kids and teaching them how to fight
Incredibly
so that they could
based.
defend themselves.
Incredibly based.
And they, well, like clearly you're trying to like do some crazy shit with that, so you're going to jail. So he was in jail a bit until like the literal kids he taught broke him out, which was pretty cool. But like, unfortunately he couldn't like stay with them because he'd be like, I'm literally gonna put them in danger. I gotta get out of here. So y'all probably found him while he was like aimlessly wandering, going like, all right, what do I do with my existence now? Overall, he's like a pretty chill dude. I mean, he is like a martial arts teacher, but like he's not going out of his way looking to like fight people, you know? Like he wanna like be chill with the peeps. It probably took like a bit before like he told you guys, hey, by the way, I can do airbending, just out of nowhere, just mentioned it casually, you know, just he's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, you know. But yeah, overall, he's not really one to like keep secrets, but I guess he's just not a person who talks unless you like ask him like, hey, what do you think about this, or like what happened here in your life? Then he like talk plenty, you know, because why not? He's just a friendly guy.
I just imagine it was raining and he dried himself off and we all just looked at him like, huh?
Just wide eyes, being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, it probably did happen like that. He probably just forgot to tell you guys. And then somebody's like, oh man, I'm soaked. And then he just fucking dries himself immediately.
Funniest thing is if Tun does the same thing, like just heats himself up so he's dry instantly,
this
and we're
is
like,
so
"What the
real.
fuck, man?"
This is so
Yeah.
real.
He wouldn't be very forthcoming about his firebending. But we've been in scrapes before. You guys know he's a firebender.
I mean, yeah.
Because
so.
like, oh sorry.
Before we continue any further, Snesh, your microphone is popping a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
alright.
it fucking hates me.
Yeah. Does Owl have a mic that you could just steal? Like, because
Right.
I don't want to say like, oh, like there's a, you know, like, I don't know.
Is this any better?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn you up.
I
in
think it's
Discord.
because I put it too high and it started popping.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
about. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, it should be good now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm glad it was a simple fix. I didn't know if it
Yeah.
was like an issue with the tech.
No. I think I just put that bitch too loud.
Okay. Yeah, because I hear slight popping, but it's only when you get too like loud. So it's when your microphone peaks. So it's all good.
yeah.
Need to get a pop shield.
Yeah. I could switch over to the other microphone. I just have to kiss it a lot.
For now, it is a-okay. This song
Okay.
sucks. This-
You
Let's
like
not play
jazz?
JoJo.
It is the shitty microphone. So I mean, yeah.
yeah, we need to get you a new one.
Alright,
I have been
buddy.
thinking about.
Coming.
I have been thinking about getting a headset. You know, like a fucking, you know, so I wouldn't have to worry about it.
We'll pull
Santa
together, get
might
you one for
bring you
Christmas.
a condenser.
Maybe it depends on how much money I have, honestly.
Oh, this is fucking. What is this
one out of
outro
nowhere.
music?
Jesus.
Whoa, hello.
It does sound like
It's
YouTube
fucking the end of
outro
a,
music.
End of a Fortnite song. I don't know what
Yo.
to do. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Damn, guys, I guess the session's over. The outro music's playing.
All right, it's been great playing. I'll see you guys
It's
later.
been great. Later.
It's been real, guys.
It's been fun.
I-
But yeah,
Yeah, you're-
Bond overall is a very like just like he doesn't give a lot of a shit. He's very interested whenever he like tries to learn new things or like discovers stuff that he like likes. But he just exists, honestly.
I feel like we
What a mood.
both made characters that would like not even think it was odd to just judo flip a guy who comes at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just feel like,
Right.
yeah, what?
I like the idea that you go like, they accuse me of like sparking rebellion, and we all just look at you and go based.
You taught
He's
children
like,
how to
"You?"
protect themselves?
He's
Based?
like, wait, I didn't spark
Sick.
rebellion. Wait, I didn't actually do that.
Pretend that you did. That's sick.
Look, I'm not an anarchist, but if you were, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh
That's
yeah.
crazy.
All right. And so, now that everybody's introduced, now that the audio problems have been mostly fixed,
Yeah, mostly.
it's not a stream without a little scuff.
True.
Oh, yeah. Oh Christ.
I just dropped something. It's
Jesus
fine.
Christ, it's the same thing. It's
so
YouTube
fucking
outro
over.
music. God damn it.
What is happening?
I'm switching
Why is
back. I'm
Avatar
switching back to just the
old?
actual Avatar OST.
Oh my god.
We're on the road. Crescendo.
Holy crap.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys are on the road, you see Michi. Michi, by the way, is a kind of thinner kid. He's got like a mop of brown hair that kind of like falls over his face, and he constantly has to like brush his bangs out of his eyes. For being the son of a noble, he doesn't really like carry himself with any like, I don't know, chin up attitude. In fact, basically the entire time that you're walking through the desert, his eyes have been downcast. He's looking at the ground, looking at his feet. He's not been too like jazzed, basically. He's been pretty
I'd be worried if he
downtrodden.
was.
Yeah. I mean, he is getting what he wants, but there is a level of like, shit. I mean, this is real, you know?
My
This
dad's
is
trying to
real, and
kill
also
me.
his. I know, not trying to kill him, just trying
Kidnap
to get
him.
him back home.
Yeah. So you know he's a bit downtrodden. He's dragging his feet along, especially compared to when you met him. Cough. This is the inciting incident now.
Oh my god.
For the inciting incident, we have a 3-act structure. And as we go through the different acts, I'm going to ask you different things, and we'll roleplay based off of those different things that you choose. So, in Act 1, some of the examples are: we befriended Ally, who gave us access to a valuable item. We discovered a secret hidden by a powerful figure. We did something fun, but drew the ire of a powerful figure in the process. Or we learned the frightening plans of a powerful foe. Which do you think would
Honestly,
be?
I feel like, considering your group dynamic, doing something fun and the
Yeah, that's
the big guys
I
going,
figured.
"Hey, stop doing that," feels like it.
that one might be out.
That's just the most Avatar one. Like we were like being little goofballs and we did an oopsie, and now the
Yeah, a
evil
little
overlord is
goofy.
mad at us.
We
I
were,
didn't
we
no,
were
rein in the
bullying
kids
the
like I was
cabbage
supposed
man.
to.
Yeah, we were
I-
bullying
I-
the cabbage man, and it turns out the cabbage man was like the fucking king.
Oh
Little funny
no.
wizard. Yeah, I figured we learned the frightening plans of a powerful foe is the one that makes the most sense.
He was the noble cabbage man.
No, cabbage man.
I'm gonna go from the
Noble
last
cabbage
one, but
man.
We
All
just
right.
We accidentally, coincidentally, pissed off this guy's dad before we met him, and then we were just like,
It's over.
That's actually how we met. Is we pissed off the dad, and then he came to me and was like, "You're getting out of here, right? Can I come with you?"
Oh.
I figured if you were doing something fun, you were hanging out with Michi. You met Michi, you hung out with him, and then being around him drew the ire of his father. And then when he decides to buck out, you guys say, "All right, come with us."
That would be the
Oh,
logical one, but it'd be more funny if it was the other way around.
if we were hanging out with him, and guys came in to try and like forcefully take him home, you bet your ass we're gonna stand up for him.
I mean, yeah, considering like the already low-key PTSD that Thon has with his fucking little martial arts kids getting jumped and shit.
I mean, I guess it kind of depends, because if like his dad is a noble from Yudao, it doesn't necessarily make the most sense for him to be abducted in Yudao.
I mean, you never know.
No, he's
Yeah,
from the
well-
Fire Nation.
His
Sure, that's
His-
fair. You're
I
right.
think the move is his dad caught wind that he was trying to leave town and decided to keep him home by force.
Sure.
Tough situation.
In that case, yeah, I think the last one makes the most sense.
What was the
By the
last
way,
one again?
here's what my guy
We
looks
learned the
like. So y'all have a
frightening
better
plans
picture.
of a powerful foe.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Here, hold on.
that
I'll
that
just
tracks.
copy paste the list into the Discord.
Yeah, we were hanging out with the guy, so when the goons came in to try and get him, we found out what his dad was trying to do and then escaped. Sound good to
Yeah.
everybody?
Yeah,
Sure, I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening, but sure.
I think
I
we
mean,
we
she
probably
would,
like offered to let like him fucking travel with us, and he'd be like, "Yo, really?"
she would be less. She wouldn't be thrilled by this, but she'd go along with it for the sake of the group. Like if they think it's a good idea, then she'd be like, okay.
So are we doing we did something fun or we learned the frightening plans?
My vote.
Frightening plans, I feel like, is a much more logical direction with the group.
Yeah, it makes sense. Fair enough.
Please.
Honestly,
Where is she?
I am very much the kind of person who would just see something wrong happening and not even think twice about stopping it. It's just a knee-jerk reaction for him. If he sees like multiple hired guns ganging up on one guy, of course he's gonna stand up. It doesn't matter who the guy is.
All right.
He's gonna stand up and help him.
In that case, as you guys think back to when you first met Michi, he wasn't as bright as you would come to later know him as, but it would originally be that as you were moving through the city, you started to hear the gang of individuals who were starting to kind of pick on him, and you hear in an alleyway, "Hey, let go of me!"
Oh yeah, I mean, we're rushing in.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
Of course.
Locking
Yep.
in. Locking
Yeah.
in. We all go.
And
Lock in.
Ban would be rushing in. She's bringing up the rear, like, ugh, okay.
I'm probably right there with you. He's like, this doesn't have to be our problem, but all right.
Can I be the first to walk up?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're like pushing him up against the wall and
Yeah,
getting
they-
him.
Yeah, pretty much. It's two bigger guys, very clearly earthbenders. They've got one of his hands just like kind of cuffed using the brick of a house in the alleyway, and the other guy's basically like grabbed onto his arm, and he's got two rock cuffs keeping his legs tied together.
I'm just gonna walk up to them non-threateningly, like slowly, and put my hand on the hand that's holding him. And I'm gonna grab the guy's wrist and go, I think you two have had a little too much. Why don't you head home?
We're not letting you take this bounty. He's ours. He pushes you back.
I'm gonna like keep my hand on his wrist, and he's gonna feel a couple of my gold rings touching his skin get hotter.
Ow! The fuck is wrong with you?
I don't think you heard me right. Go home.
I think this calls for combat.
Easy.
Get it away from me.
No!
You can stay back if you'd like.
Not combat! Anything but that.
Your character kind
I'll
of looks like a
remember.
nerd. He can, like, stick behind if he wants to.
I will take these guys on my own if I need to. You guys don't need to get
No,
involved
no,
in this.
no,
Nah,
Let me in.
nah. We win those.
I like to think that there are times where they maybe they shorten Xiying's name to She, and then the pair of them just kind of turn and look. So there's just ever so often there's
Who you
some
talking to?
confusion.
Just
Which one?
both she's move in unison.
We are reflections.
She 1 and 2. Let's get them.
She
I mean, we're
too.
both airbenders. We're twins now. We
Both
are the same
airbenders?
person.
I thought you were an earthbender. Am I stupid? I thought you were. Wait.
What?
I know you're the tech. You're the
Yeah,
techie.
not an
Fucking
earthbender.
nerd. Lol.
Oh yeah, you're
I
from
told
the
you.
You're not gonna you're not gonna like what I have to do.
I told you he's a nerd, baby. He should stand back,
Hmm. Gun!
Uh-oh.
I feel
Glock 17! How do you have that?
I feel
where
like-
did you get that from?
a very important thing to note about how Toon fights. He doesn't like firebend at people. I think he uses fire to control their movement and then just punches them.
Oh my god.
Real.
Because he doesn't want to burn anybody. That's like permanent disfigurement. He's
Yeah.
not into that.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure? Why did you say it like that? Almost sounds like you don't believe him.
I know it's in some order, but I don't remember.
Yeah, how do we
which
take
order.
the order?
So basically, you have to choose one of 3 things that you're going to do in a turn. And I don't remember the order it comes in, but I have a general
The
idea of what
order
it is.
is defense and maneuver, advance and attack, evade and observe, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay. So basically, you would say, are you going to defend and maneuver, in which case you roll with focus. If you're going to advance and attack, you roll with passion. And if you are going to evade or observe, you roll with either harmony or creativity. And it would also allow you to clear a fatigue. There are some things that you can do in those categories, but the categories always go defend and maneuver, then advance and attack, and then evade and observe. So it's an open initiative, so you can slot yourself in wherever you would like. And I will send you the picture that I have of this so that you have it in front of you as well.
Okay.
Yes. Where's the thing? Look complicated.
So- I have a. There's a move on my sheet that says assess this situation.
You would
Would
be able to.
that? Okay,
The
because that would fall
area in
under
which
evade and observe.
does it use harmony or creativity? Creativity, then yes,
Yeah.
it would.
Okay.
Yeah, so you basically you
Yeah.
fall into the category of like if you're doing focus, then you go first. If you're doing passion, you go second. If you're going evade and observe or creativity or harmony, you would go third, not fourth. You would go third. And then from there, just kind of a matter of like, what are you doing? So you get like any of those 3 in your thing, or anything that would come from your playbook.
Gotcha.
So I've got this funny technique. It's called
Imaginary
Used-
technique.
Whoa.
Shenanigans already.
It's called Use Their Momentum. When you are engaged with a large or powerful foe, mark fatigue to advance an attack with focus instead of passion. If you do, you become prepared, and you may also choose to use Retaliate, as if it were an advance and attack technique.
All right.
I was in the attack as well. I'm not sure.
I would
Yeah.
say just
Advance
slot,
and attack.
slot yourselves in with either defend and maneuver, advance and attack, or evade and observe, and then from there we'll decide what everybody's doing.
This is an advance and attack action, so yeah.
Okay, so I'll do defend.
Mark
advance,
fatigue.
I
and
think
evade.
I will also go with defend and maneuver.
Okay. So Bon is going defend and maneuver. We've got Tun with advance and attack. We've got Shi Ying with advance and attack. We've got Makoa Advance and attack.
We go for these.
We've got who's evading? She is evading. Is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yes, it is. All right, cool. So the first thing, Bon, you're up. What are you doing?
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I will try to get between the attacker and the child.
Okay, yeah, you can interpose yourself between the two of them. Is there something you would like to do in these roles here, like other than just moving? Seize a position, retaliate. Well, I guess it would be seize a position, right? Move to a new location, engage and disengage with the foe, overcome negative status or danger, establish with advantage position, or escape the scene. Any foe engaged with you can mark 1 fatigue to block this technique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, remember how when we do approach, we roll stats for move. Remember?
One second.
The what?
Remember when it like choosing an approach only declares the basic style of combatant used during the exchange. Each combatant still has to choose specific techniques. We roll.
Oh yeah. You have to roll to do your technique. Hold on, I've got that list here. Okay, so with you doing that, you're going to be rolling a focus roll for me. You're going to roll 2d10 and then add your focus to it. If you have anything else that includes like an extra +1 when you do defend and maneuver, then you can mark that as well. But basically, on a 7 and 9, you get to use either one basic or one mastered technique. Master technique falls under your playbook stuff. Basic techniques are the 3 that are in that picture that I sent before. On a 10+, you get to choose one from an extra list, which would be mark 1 fatigue to mark 1 fatigue to use a learn technique. Use 1 practice technique, or use 2 different basic or master techniques. On a miss, you stumble, but you can shift your balance away from center to use 1 basic technique.
Okay. Going back to the beginning, I rolled 2d10. What do I do with these dice?
2d6.
It's 2d6.
I mean, 2d6 or 2d10?
Yeah, 2d6.
Okay.
I may have said 2d10, I did not mean
It's okay. Okay, so once I've done that, what do I do with the results?
You
Then
tell
you
me
add-
what you... Yeah,
Add
add
them
like thing.
together?
add them together, and then add whatever your focus modifier is.
Okay. That would be an 8.
That would be an 8. All right, in that case, you can use 1 basic or master technique. So you've already kind of declared it would be seize position, and so you can interpose yourself with one of the guys trying to currently grab the kid. Is it going to be the one that Toon is currently engaged with, or is it going to be the other one?
What is the other one doing right now?
The other one is using earthbending to basically tie the kid down.
Then yes, between me and that guy.
Okay. Yeah, so you rush up, you put yourself between him. He's gonna prepare to do something after everything goes, because NPCs resolve all of their actions at the end of when you guys resolve your actions.
Yeah, that's fine.
In that case, advance. We've got Chun, Shiying, and Okoa. Is there anything either 3 of you want to do right away, or do you want to wait to see what the others are going to do first?
I was gonna use a technique, water knife on one of the guys.
All right.
So I gotta roll with advanced attack is passion.
Oh, you have like bending specific techniques, huh?
Which is crazy.
Water knife, create a fast swoop of water that can cut through vulnerable materials. Mark 1 fatigue and choose your target. So mark 1 fatigue. If your target a combatant inflict a condition and impaired upon them, if your target something in the air, become prepared. Otherwise, treat it as if you'd use a technique smash.
All right. And in that case, you're going to be using technique smash because they are unprepared.
Well, it's a target something, so I think it's an inanimate object. I'm attacking a combatant.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Which I rolled
Yes.
a 12, which on a 10 plus, choose 1 from the list instead. So if I choose Mark 1 fatigue, I could use an learn technique again?
Learn technique is something that you can only do at cost to yourself. Which means that if your technique is learned, you would only be able to use it on a 10+, basically. But you would also have to
Okay.
mark a fatigue to do it. If you had it mastered, you could just do it as if it was a basic attack. And then practice is the same way. You have to like kind of steel yourself, get ready for it, and then like attempt something, rather than it being something that's like. Or sorry, I screwed that up. Practiced is not at great cost to you. Learned is at cost to yourself because you're still trying to figure it out. So the fatigue is the mental fatigue of like trying to figure out how this works. A practice technique is something that if it comes up, and then you can use it and get better at it, basically. Versus the other one where mastered is just like it's something that comes easily to you. You know how to do it. It's ingrained in your blood, basically, at this point. To the point where it is effectively the same as using a basic attack.
Okay. I'm saying learn, but it doesn't seem right at the same time. It also seems right. I don't know.
You will see in your moves whether something is considered learned.
Yeah,
I don't believe
but-
any of us have any learned techniques right now.
You should get one at level, at character generation. You should get one.
That's in
That's
campaign
mastered.
with one
Oh.
shots. You only get one mastered technique, I believe.
Also, it's mastered.
This
then.
is one
Yeah.
shot though, right?
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
one shot.
Okay. Because I was going
Okay,
to
so
say,
you
I've
have a
got to
master.
learn.
So
Then you
So I-
probably put down for campaign.
I might have
instead of
actually, I
one-shot, but
might
it's
have actually. Well, I think I may have just fucked around with it by
No,
accident.
so it allowed you to pick more than one if they weren't mastered.
Oh,
It-
that's probably from your playbook then.
Yeah.
Not
That's
every
your- yeah.
playbook has that same thing.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
We go to character builder.
In the future, we may need to go through
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
character
now-
building as a group.
well, when we go to the mini campaign, we'll like actually do a character building session.
Yeah.
So that we can all follow along the steps. But it doesn't matter for the one shot. Who cares?
Session 0.
I think I know what I did. I think I chose my universal as my master. Oh no, it now even comes in as learned. Okay, so that is.
Your universal is like the technique that it gives you. You can choose not to take your universal technique.
Yeah, which is what I did. I've got an earthbending one as my mastered.
Okay. Okay.
I don't have any bending techniques. I just hit people.
Oh my
Like,
Yeah,
god.
I'm just gonna switch that around. I didn't realize that.
Worst firebender.
So
Thank
I got
you.
12. So I'm gonna use 2 different basic or master techniques.
You rolled 2 6s?
I have a +3 passion.
What the fuck?
Built different.
Shit, Jesus.
My book's built
So I'm gonna
different.
do water knife on. Actually, I'm gonna do water knife and strike on one dude.
Okay.
And on using that second one, it says I have to mark 2 fatigue, but since I rolled a 10,
No,
plus,
it's
so I still need
forcing
to mark-
them to make 2 fatigue.
Okay. Okay. So this guy, I'm coming in. I figured he's an earthbender, right?
Yeah.
Coming and slicing down at his thigh, trying to break his stance a little bit. So he's inflicting condition, and he's impaired. Then strike a foe within reach, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue, mark into condition, or shift their balance away from center. Their choice. Mark 1 fatigue instead to choose to hammer them with your blows, force them to mark 2 fatigue, or strike where they are weak, inflicting condition.
Okay, so you can mark 1 fatigue to make you choose, or you can let them choose whether they take a fatigue or a condition, or shift their balance. So what's it gonna be?
I'll mark a fatigue. And I'll give him another condition as she goes for the other leg as she's kind of starting to move forward.
Yeah, so as you use the water knife and then hammer them with your blows, in that case, they are basically out of the fight because they only have one condition. All NPCs only have one condition unless they're like a high-level NPC. These guys would only have one, so you knock them out.
Do they go out when they fill up their conditions, or is it when they fill up their fatigue? I forget.
Fatigue or conditions.
Yeah.
Is it when you fill them up, or when you fill it up and you have to mark another one that you can't?
I think
It's when you would mark another one that you can't, but for these guys, they can't mark any fatigue or any conditions, so they immediately go down.
I see. Okay.
It's why combat is kind of disincentivized in the system, because you guys are intended to wipe them, basically.
Damn, so Tun started a fight and then Shi Ying was just like, no,
No.
you're sleeping now.
This is not the first time this has happened. This is probably how most of our fights go.
Tun Shi Ying, who's taking this next one?
This guy's
already in
mine.
the fight.
Yeah,
Alright.
no,
Go for it.
I got this, man. Okay, so is he this action is worded ambiguously? I think I'm prepared against him, or do I not roll when he rolls?
Say, can you
Yeah, I'll
read
paste
the
it.
thing off again? Yeah, or paste it. That's fine.
It's called Use Their Momentum. Oh, it's actually... They actually explain it if you click on it, right? Okay.
Can you pin this combat stuff?
Yeah.
So we have access.
Let me snip it real quick. So when I'm engaged with a large or powerful foe, since you said these were big guys, I figure they qualify.
Yeah.
Mark fatigue to advance and attack with focus instead of passion. I become prepared.
You hover over prepared and
You may
tells you
choose
what prepared
to-
does.
Yeah. Choose to retaliate as if it was an advance or attack. Steel yourself to the closest turn. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Steel yourself for their blows each time a foe inflicts a fatigue, a condition, or shifts your balance in this exchange. Inflict one fatigue on that foe for retaliate. So prepared, effectively, I think what it does says that in the event that they do something, you get to choose to do something in return, and that would be retaliate in this.
Okay.
We'll hover over prepared.
Yeah.
Prepared
says.
says, you're ready for what's coming. Clear prepared to take +1 to an appropriate roll. So it's just a +1 that I can use up in the future.
Gotcha.
And
Right.
it's you also get to, while you're advancing and attacking, use retaliate. And you have that until the start of the next exchange.
Okay, so this man's like super fucked, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a total of 11.
11? Oh, okay, so that means you also get to do at least one other basic attack or a mastered technique, another mastered technique.
Well, my only mastered technique is a
Is this
defend
one?
one, so I'm just gonna... No, this...
Or is this
Oh,
one?
this is just my playbook thing, I think.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it lets you, when you do your advance and attack, you roll with focus rather than passion.
No, I'm mixed up. The other one is my playbook one. This is a learned one.
Okay, so if this is learned, you have to mark 1 fatigue to use this. Unless this is, like, counting as the mastered one, and for whatever reason it only says learned, which I think happens.
It just says source playbook.
No, playbook is what you have. So that's one of your moves and
Okay.
features. That is just something that you have.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
in that
You're
case, that's
engaged with
a
large
basic
foe.
thing for you.
Can I
if it-
punch him again?
Yeah, if it doesn't say learned, practiced, or mastered, it's basic. But yeah, you can punch him again. You can use a strike, or a smash, or a pressure.
Well, I actually have -1 passion, so that one's a 6.
A 6. You don't have to do it again. You've already rolled once.
Oh, okay. Punch.
Yeah, rolling once tells you if you can take 2 or use one of the other things. Otherwise, you just use 1, or otherwise you use 1 out of fatigue or don't act, basically. So you've. Are you gonna strike, pressure, or smash as your other
I'm
one?
gonna strike him.
All right. So are you gonna mark a fatigue to choose whether they take 2 fatigue or a condition, or are you gonna let them choose?
I'll let them choose.
Okay. In that case, they are going to take fatigue so that they can stay in the fight. In that case, Shi Ying, you're up.
Evan, tell me, like, what did you do to this guy?
So, because of the flavor of use your momentum, I imagine he went to punch me, and I pulled his arm forward and just gut punched him
Nice.
with his momentum.
In that case, I rolled an 8 on my stance move.
All right.
And I will basically, I imagine he's like grabbed his arm, pulled him forward. This guy's like wheezing, and I'm just gonna come up with like, I've got this like wooden kind of thing with a little glass bulb stuck in the end. I'm just gonna fucking put it in his neck and zip zap.
Christ.
So I mark 1 fatigue to inflict 2 fatigue and impaired.
Impaired.
Impaired
Can you
is
read off what
Basically,
that is?
they're at disadvantage.
You're
if you-
slowed or off balance. Mark 1 fatigue or take -2 to all physical actions.
All right.
/ choose 1 fewer technique.
Okay. In that case, that's rough.
So yeah, for NPCs, it's choose 1 fewer technique.
Yeah. Let's.
Remember, it's super easy to get out of.
Okay, so basically, this guy only has 1 technique anyway, so he would have to take the thing or not be able to move. And in order to not be here for another 10 minutes, I'm gonna say he just goes down. Because we are still in the inciting incident, and it is 10 in the 10 at night. So
10 in the morning.
10 in
I
the
almost said 10 in the
morning.
morning.
Oh shit.
I'm used to running things in the morning now, I guess.
Fuck, I'm late for work. I gotta go, guys.
Don't worry, you can do it while I do the commute.
So as you knock the 2 of them out, the rock handcuffs and leg cuffs kind of just naturally fall over because they don't have anything animating them anymore. I mean, she's kind of like, oh, thank God.
Are you okay?
Thank you. They didn't hurt me.
That's good.
What were they after? Money?
They mentioned a bounty.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm gonna skip this one because this one's gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
Oh no, guys.
You're gonna make me fucking sob and ball.
Yeah, they were after money. There's a bounty on my head.
What did you do?
How much?
2 different people.
I ran away from home. I don't know how much. I
I'm not
just
supposed
know.
to ask how much.
That's feeling.
I
I'm
can
not-
tell this kid's Fire Nation, right?
He's wearing
Look
Fire Nation.
Noble?
He looks noble.
Okay.
I mean,
His clothes
Fire
are
Nation
dirty,
noble.
but they're not like.
come on, Fire Nation Noble. Some mysterious cash there.
Maybe. Why did you run away from home?
My dad's hurting people. I mean, look around you. The city's being gutted. People are fighting against the Fire Nation right now, in secret, raging private wars, and all my dad has to do is sit back and watch? He doesn't feel any empathy for these people? I can't be a part of that.
So you run.
Well, that wasn't the end goal.
You looking to fight?
Yeah. But
Go
I
back.
I
Hold
can't.
on.
No. Don't
No.
go back.
No.
If there
You're-
were
Like,
to
go
fight,
back
let
as in,
them
like,
fight.
rewind what you're saying.
Yeah. Your father sent these men after you.
Yeah.
We need to help him.
Well, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
well,
clear.
you guys were talking about collecting the bounty a second ago.
No, she's just like that, okay?
Look,
Money oriented.
well, money's fine, but it's like this. What? You're just stupid to run.
Maybe. But what else am I supposed to do?
Fight.
Yeah.
Do something. Running away does nothing for you.
That was the
Sometimes
intention.
Sometimes the right thing to do is stupid. I mean, look at us.
I don't.
Speak for yourself. Where do you intend to go?
The guiding winds. They're around here somewhere. I just need to find them. And they'll teach me how to fight. And fight without getting myself kicked in the ass.
I could teach you a thing or two if you want to. I'm kind of used to teaching kids to defend themselves.
And I know where the nearest guiding wind camp is. I passed through there a few days ago. Or we did, I guess.
I was going to say, have you
Really?
gone on a separate journey while you were with us?
I get around.
Could you take me? Please, I know I'm asking a lot. But I don't think I'd be able to make it on my own.
I don't think you should travel on your own, just in general. You're young. I'd be happy to help.
I'm like 18 years old. What do you mean?
Yeah, you're young.
I'm not a child, but like, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, sure.
Listen,
Like,
Bond is like more than 30, okay? You're a little guy. Don't worry about it.
he does not look more than 30. I did not
I'm
realize
sorry,
he was.
there's only so much that picture can do, okay?
I know. It caught me
Tuna
off
is
guard
like-
because, like, I figured most of the people here are like in their early 20s, and then it's
No,
like
he's a
38-year-old
he's a-
man. Like,
He's a little bit of an oldie.
Yeah, Tuni is like
Prison does that to you.
20. I imagine he like came to maturity at like 15 and left home. And he's been on the road for a couple of years. He's a very young man.
I mean, when I said that like Bond was like teaching, basically adopting kids and teaching them how to fight, I wasn't kidding, bro.
all right. Yeah, he probably wouldn't have said that if he saw that you were in your 30s.
It's okay. He's got fucking Edwin syndrome where he's like, I'm not a child.
I mean,
I think with she's nature, she's very cautious. So I've got this thing that's called I'm a people person, which is really fucking ironic. And naturally, because they've taken out the aggressors in the situation, she would be kind of at the back of the group, kind of watching this whole thing going on. So can I do that? It says when you watch someone interact with another person, roll with focus. On a 7 to 9, ask 1. On a 10 plus, ask 2. Take +1 ongoing to act on the answers. The questions are you lying right now? What are you most afraid of? How are you vulnerable to me? Or how can I get you to mark the condition blank? On a miss, you can't get a good read on them.
Go for it.
So it's 2d6. Roll 2d6. And that's on focus, which is a +1. That is a 12.
Okay, so you can ask 2 questions.
I'm I think the main one would be what is how are you vulnerable to me?
That would be a DM question, technically. Like, that's an internal how can I manipulate you? How can I hurt you? How can I take you down? Things along those lines. It's not like a
Well,
literal how are you vulnerable. You're not asking them, hey, what's your weakness? Like,
what are you
I have a
allergic to?
gambling addiction. Like,
Oh,
Okay,
fuck.
so yeah, I think she would assess him in the like how is he vulnerable to her?
I mean, he just looks kind of weak in the knees. He doesn't seem like he's not a fighter. He has never been trained to fight before. You think that maybe eventually he could be, but he's not somebody who would be able to, like, take up a sword and start slashing away like they were a natural. It would take time and dedication to learn how to fight for this kid. Eventually he could do it. With enough practice, pretty much anyone can get to that level, but, like, he would need to practice. On the bright side, it does seem like he is dedicated and he has a good heart. So, potentially, even if he doesn't end up learning how to fight from the Guiding Winds, he
could be useful.
He could be useful for trying to limit Fire Nation activities politically, maybe.
Okay. And then I guess the second one, she would ask him directly and just go, I don't think I'm going to include the word most, but what are you afraid of?
My father. He and I had a talk before I left, and I looked into his eyes when he struck down that citizen, the beggar, and I saw that he had nothing behind his eyes, no sympathy, no emotion, just nothing. He was hollow. He didn't see the guy as a person. He saw him as a pest. It's like he was swatting a fly.
That's how they look at all of us.
Yeah,
Listen,
it is, isn't it?
it's a brave choice, but it's not an easy one. How set are you on this?
I can't go back now.
Exactly. The choice has already been made. The choice that we're making right now is to wait here talking about it instead of getting out of town.
We're coming back,
Well, I am thinking, if we are thinking of getting out of town, we might want to think of, well, we might want to think of gathering supplies or, I suppose, sneaking out quietly.
Well, first, new clothes.
New clothes, yeah, that probably.
Yeah, you can't go walking around like that.
No. Let alone the fact that I'm dressed like a Fire Nation citizen. I'm I've also
It
got
is quite
gold.
fashionable, but it does stand out.
To be fair, it's caked in dust. But
I'd lend you my cloak, but it's also red, so
yeah,
I don't think that would help.
I should probably grab something from a local merchant. And he pulls out like a little coin purse and 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you think 10 pieces of gold will get me anything good?
No.
Oh, you're
You can
serious.
get you can get an outfit for like 3 copper.
Oh.
I think
Okay.
you should probably
I'm not.
not.
Yeah, don't flash your money like that.
I can hold on to it for you.
No, don't do that either.
What do you mean? She's great with money.
No, I don't. Well,
I'll
hmm.
go.
We are coming back.
Of
I'll
course.
go get him a change of clothes and meet you back at where we're staying.
Wait.
Are we staying somewhere?
You probably had somewhere to sleep when you came into the city, yeah?
Sure.
Did anyone
Yeah, that's
See
work.
you? Did anyone see you come down here? These guys have friends at all?
No, they seem to have just noticed me from maybe a wanted poster or something. They seem to be the only ones who paid any attention, though.
Okay.
Okay. And we're just like in an alley? What is like nearby?
There's like a tavern, couple shops. Like it's not a like a residential area. Although I think I described it as like there was a home, but like it doesn't matter. It's not a residential area. It's like a shopping district, basically.
If I like took off my scarf and tried to like basically, so he would use the scarf as like a mostly face cover. Would that work?
Well, she
At
can
least
give him her.
temporarily.
She can literally give him her, like, headdress and face.
This is
covering.
true, but I understand that she likes wearing her headdress in public. You know.
Yeah, she won't be thrilled, but like, they also have a duty to help this guy.
Yeah, but it's okay. You can keep your headdress. I'll just use the scarf. I don't mind.
Yeah, you can hand him your scarf. He'll like wrap it around his face, kind of use it, prop it up against his nose, so his bottom half of his face is covered.
Yippee! Thumbs up.
Just stand behind me. People are probably less likely to cause trouble that way.
Well, we've still got these two to think about. That one's not going to wake up for a little while, but
Hmm.
Yeah, the other guy's conscious. He basically just can't move. Like,
Oh,
I-
yeah.
Oh,
That's
he's
kinda
just been
awkward.
listening this entire time.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh boy. We should knock him out.
I mean,
Oh, my
it's
bad.
not. No, it's not like he's gonna give that information to anyone. He doesn't have anywhere he can reach out to give that information. But like,
This is a little bit awkward.
we should still.
Well, no, because
Restrain
that's the
them.
thing, though. They've spoken about going to see the air tribe thingy.
yeah, like he could track you down, I guess. But
Yeah.
that's fair.
So knocking him out and tying him up somewhere where he won't be found for a couple of days is probably a good idea.
Do any of us have something good to restrain them with?
Earth.
got
I am an
points, but-
earthbender.
They are also earthbenders.
Yep.
this is true.
Yeah, true.
Well, as long as her feet really aren't touching the ground.
Something that's not earth, preferably.
Hmm.
We could throw him in the water.
Otherwise, this-
There's no river nearby, is there?
Uh,
We are not trying to
Wouldn't they
kill this
drown?
man. That is clear, right?
Yeah, we're just
You
gonna
can't.
leave them here.
There's no rules for killing people in this game. I mean, I guess you could
it's
do it.
really
You're
just
heroes.
say, yeah,
You're
you
supposed
kill
to
'em.
be heroes. You're
oh,
supposed to be heroes.
let's not.
Bad.
I'm
I
just
will get the spray
clarifying
bottle
that
out.
because,
I will...
because somebody just mentioned throwing a man in a river while he's tied up.
That wouldn't be good at all.
Okay, so she never mentioned that he was tied up, just more like
Maybe, I don't know, put him on a door and let him go downstream or something
First,
for
that
a little
requires
while.
us to carry a man to the ocean.
Float-
I'm sorry.
Float him out on a mattress.
You said back to back, and this is verbatim. Do we have anything to tie him up with? And can we throw him in a river?
I will get the spray bottle out. You are heroes. Psst, psst,
Yeah, we
stop.
no, let's
Stop
not.
killing people. Stop.
He hasn't
At
done it
this
yet.
point, Vaughn is
Okay.
kind of gonna like crouch down to like the guy and be like, "Hey, we kind of forgot you were here, so you think maybe? Oh, I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Hey, how much was the this little bounty you were supposedly chasing?
25 gold pieces.
25 gold.
Doesn't seem that worth it now, does it?
There any chance we could
Not
dress
really.
this guy up to look like?
You can take this guy's clothes.
No, wait. Would you mind just kind of leaving us alone, please? I would rather not have this interaction again. Possible?
Or we could.
Is there a well?
I think I
Is
value
there a
my-
well?
Wait. He's
I-
saying something.
I think I value my not being in pain enough to not bother.
I'm so
Okay.
glad we agree on that.
Just his head just like hits the ground.
Excellent, because I was ready to knock him out.
I think we should be okay. Maybe.
I'm so glad we could reach a peaceful end to this situation.
Hey,
Sure,
my
yeah.
idea is peaceful too.
Shame to lay him out like his friend.
Mine too.
Let's just keep moving. Yeah, I'm gonna. No, because the guys in the alley are much bigger than Michi, so their clothes aren't gonna fit him.
Mm-mm. I think we should just walk and
Yeah, let's just
Try to
walk.
be
You
normal.
got the headscarf. You hide behind me. I'm a very tall man. I'm good for that.
So actually, here's a. Maybe, for the sake of trying it, we have an earthbender. Do we want to just dirty the parts of his clothes that are red?
His clothes are
I
already
think
caked
it's
in
already
dust.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's
more
already
than.
done.
It wouldn't mean
Turning
anything.
his-
They all color. Okay.
He's already discolored.
Well, she's already suggested that, like, if he gives her, like, a gold or two, she can go get him a change of clothes and
Yeah,
meet
let's
them
do
back
it.
Yeah.
where.
Yeah. So he'll hand off a gold piece because he was told like 3 copper would suffice to grab him a new shirt.
It does. It does.
Um,
Honestly.
So he'll throw she the gold, and she can pick up the clothing for him,
Yeah.
and get back in short order, basically, so that you guys can get out of the city. After getting a change of clothes, swapping out his older stuff for the new stuff, he puts his shirt that he had before into his backpack, which he had been keeping nearby, and kind of like does the thing where you like secure the backpack, or like you kind of like raise and lower your shoulders, kind of feeling the weight against it, and kind of looks to the rest of you and says, I'm ready to go.
As actually, I don't know what I can use for this. I'm trying to find it. Basically, as we're going around, trying to find places where, when we eventually come back, it's like, okay, there's a factory here, there's a factory there. How would I go about it? I'm trying to fucking find it. But hello,
Basically, like keeping an eye on where they
more or
could
less.
go. Okay.
I feel like that'd be training on skills.
I think maybe even assess a situation would work. But if you want to go training and skills, that would work.
Creativity, focus.
Especially given the story that I remember from you.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 2d6 plus 1. That is a hit. 10 is a strong hit. Obstacle gain new insight. Performer failure. Custom roll focus on a hit. You do it on the 7 to 9. You do it imperfectly. The DM tells you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. Accept these consequences or mark 1 fatigue. And there's so much to this. I'll be right back. Sorry.
It's over.
Okay.
Okay, so in the meantime, do we have a map?
Yeah, you can have a map of the
That's
area
I
nearby.
think. Was it Michi?
Yeah, that's my name.
Have you done a trek like this before? This is probably gonna be a few days.
Not hiking. Traveled, but not like this. Not on foot.
You want a piggyback ride?
Oh god.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Shit,
If-
there I am. I'm back.
If I'm gonna be walking with air nomads, I probably should learn how to hike.
Good attitude. The people who know where this camp is, where exactly?
I have an idea.
Like, well, point to them out and just be like, where? Where are we going?
It should be like a 2 days
Hey
walk
Google,
from here.
where are we going?
Before we continue, Hayden, what were you gonna say?
But considering who she was, and what she's been trying to fight, she's basically trying to find these factories on like how they supply the minerals, how they work, kind of like anything that she can glean from the outside in terms of stuff from outside that goes inside. Not she can.
Sure. Either assess the situation or relying on your skills and training. Either one works.
Yeah, which I've done skills and training, and I got a 10. It says 7 to 9. I do it imperfectly. It doesn't say anything about a strong hit though. And GM tells you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. Accept these consequences or mark 1 fatigue.
I think if it's above a 9, it's a hit.
Yeah, above a 9. No, above a 9 is a strong hit. 7
it
to 9
says-
is a hit.
On a hit, you do it, but if the hit is on a 7 to 9, it is imperfect.
So you ace it if you got a 10.
Yeah.
More or less.
Okay, so you got a 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, yeah, you know basically what materials are going into the metal factories, or these refineries and the metallurgy stuff. And as you're kind of like keeping track of what's all going in, there's something that is kind of concerning. Is that gunpowder is being brought into some of these starting factories.
Ooh, goody.
Yippee!
That's not fucking good.
Evan gets very nervous when I get excited at things.
Well, that was more. I'm a firebender. If I like breathe wrong around gunpowder, people die.
Well, the refinery's getting ready to blow anyways. Considering they're throwing gunpowder in with the heated refinery.
No, they're bringing it into a manufactorum. Like a
You're making guns?
They're making guns or bombs.
No.
Either way, I don't like it.
bombs for tanks, basically.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah, it's Fire Nation. They're gearing up.
Yay, one Abrams.
it's so over.
They're getting ready for their genocide. They're itching for it.
We just walk past the gunpowder factory, and like you just hear, and then we all die instantly.
Oh fuck!
Oh no.
You sneeze and the town goes up in flames.
Why did you fart in the fucking vicinity of the gunpowder facility, dude? I can't believe you.
So, I suppose would Makoa like announce this information?
Probably only to Shiying.
Oh,
That's something we can talk about in a second. In the meantime, I want to get an exact location of where we're going.
Yeah,
I
you.
can in fact give you an exact location of where we're going.
Yeah, Bon points out the Guiding Winds camp. From here, it's about a 3 days travel. While you're still in the city, it's getting to be about noon, so you can get about 8 hours of trek, walking on foot. By then, you would need to make camp in the wilderness, and then from there, another day's travel would get you into a small village where you could stay, and then from that village, a couple hours walk would get you to the Guiding Winds camp.
And is this like a main path from the town?
To get
Like,
to the
is
village,
there a
yes. To get to the village, yes, but not to the camp.
I mean, from like into Udao, this is like a main a way that is traveled.
Yeah, from Udao to the village. I'll come up with a name in a second, but to that village, that would be on a main path. But from that village to the Guiding Winds camp, it would not be.
And is that a village we would have passed through coming to Udao, or did we meet in Udao?
You probably did not meet in Udao. You probably met somewhere along towards Udao. It really doesn't matter. That's kind of up to you.
Sure,
But by this point, like even in this flashback, you would have known each other for at least more than a week. So you probably came into Udao already knowing each other.
Just wondering if we would have passed through that town, if we would know what it's like, how big it is, if they specialize in anything. If it's likely somewhere we can be tracked.
Outside of Udao, the only people that would really be able to track you would be like sandbenders. Basically, the second that you get on the road, you would pretty much be fine for anybody that would not be already traveling that road. So basically, the only people that could stop you are people coming from that village into Udao. And by that point, they wouldn't be aware of the bounty. So either a sandbender would have to chase you out of Udao in order to track Michi down, or basically they would have to follow you the entire time.
I mean, best dad's a noble. He would go and hire sandbenders, probably.
Yeah, they are poachers and mercenaries.
They're just the type. What's a good way of getting by this? I don't. I mean, like, we may. It's entirely possible we get chased. Just so we're all aware.
Bring it.
That's all well and good.
Yeah, I mean,
We just want to be prepared for that.
These guys are being paid to chase by a man to chase down that man's son who just wants to live freely. Like, I will beat them up for free. I will, as many of them that want the smoke can get it.
Okay.
I think we've made it pretty clear so far that we'll be fine.
Always worth being prepared.
I agree.
But it's desert. There's not much preparation to be done.
Yep.
Other than
Water.
I don't know if we wanna.
I'll
water. If we wanna.
I'll load up some extra
camouflage.
water.
Can we get some, I don't know, gator camels?
How much do you
What
think we
kind of
are?
animals do they use? Yeah, that's fair.
Gator cats. Can we ride gator cats to the village?
Those are a real thing. Gator cats appeared in the Appa Circus
I don't
episode.
want them ones. I want the cute ones. I
I
want the cute ones.
think we'd be better on foot if we're renting or buying animal transportation. That's something that can be tracked. That's something that can be traced back.
That is very fair.
Here's a cat gator.
I
Or the little guy.
want the cute one.
Well, you're not
Hey, that-
getting it.
That one above's cute too.
I love it with
Yeah.
Garfield.
Garfield's cute.
Yeah, I mean, she hates the fact that the group is growing and she has to look out for another person slash have feelings with another person. So she's just kind of going with the flow but hating every second.
You don't have to have feelings. You get to.
We're getting rid of them soon.
The feelings or the people?
Both.
I'm okay with this.
Just as long as we come back here and just don't forget it.
Okay, we're coming back.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah, we're coming back. You don't have to worry about that.
we're not gonna stay at the Guiding Wind camp. And so far, nobody knows that we're doing this. So let's get a move on before anybody finds out.
No.
I'll steal it. Yeah, and so you guys grab some extra water, some extra supplies, some things to get you to the village, and then from the village to the Guiding Winds camp, and then back again, so that you can maybe there grab some gator cats to come back into the city and continue monitoring the situation.
Hell yeah.
The trip on the first day goes without a hitch. There's no issue. As you make your way out of the city, no city guards or anybody try to stop you, especially considering the entire time the Michi's dad would have been pretty intense about he's going to be in this clothing, he's going to be carrying around a lot of money. Just if somebody marks those two things, get him.
Get him.
Just take him.
Wait, so you're actually saying it
I'm
would
back.
help his disguise if we took his money?
Oh no, dude. Leave his money alone.
Yes, but it won't matter anymore.
Okay.
We've already
now that you
changed the
guys are-
spirits, it's fine.
Now that you guys are out of the city, you spend, again, like I said, about eight hours on the road. It gets to be about 8, 9 at night, and so the desert is getting cold. There's nothing to retain heat out in the crags and the sands, and so you will have to make camp here for the time being.
Yippee, it's camp time, guys.
We be
I'll start a
camping.
fire. Do we have any kindling?
I'll say you do. We'll track it like
Okay.
We'll track it like Call of Cthulhu. We'll say that you guys
Yeah.
just kind of have things, because there's no like buy thing here, do thing this, do buy, do buy.
Yeah,
it's
there's
not,
that
it's not like
that
in the
thing does
system.
not exist.
Yeah,
Because if you know nothing about the desert, you know the days are hot and the nights are cold.
Yep.
They're really cold.
So
She would most definitely suggest that they burn his noble clothing. Just to see like how up for giving up his past he is. And because it would be funny.
we don't really have a choice but to start a fire, but it is kind of a liability because if there are people following us, we will be giving them a trails right straight to us.
Well, I think I would rather give them a trail than risk freezing in the desert.
Fair enough. I start a fire.
All right. So you set aside some kindling. You light it. You make a fire for yourselves so that during the night you'll be a-okay. You can set up some tents as well. Things to sleep in. And eventually you do find yourselves drifting to sleep.
We can take turns, like, keeping
Watching,
watch, I
yes.
suppose.
If
Mm,
you'd like.
yeah.
That'd be a good idea.
In that case, you continually exchange watch rolls until eventually the morning comes back around. The heat of the desert starting to come back with the sun's rising. A couple of animals have kind of burrowed out of the sands and through the rock a little bit. And you see a few singing groundhogs starting to mark the day.
Singing groundhogs?
Yeah.
They are apparently an animal.
Yeah.
Not an animal.
After, oh, and after they did show, I forgot what episode it was. Remember Momo was trying to catch them.
Yeah.
Just had a horrible thought. You know the bit in movies where like the alarm starts going off and somebody just like smashes it.
Trust
No.
me, I had the same thought with Makoa.
No.
The singing groundhogs start going, and I just incinerate one.
Oh my god.
Hey, it's breakfast.
Brecky.
Wow.
How is Michi this fine morning?
Michi's kind of like still sleeping, but like they were very obviously restless during the night.
I don't blame them.
This is a fucked up situation.
We can let like Michi sleep in a little bit while we're like getting ready and doing shit.
I'm not sure if Makoa would.
Does he have any conditions or fatigue or anything like that?
No.
No.
Makoa will get him up early. Come
yeah,
on, good job. We're gonna help you, but we're not gonna baby you.
What time is it?
Morning, get up.
Okay. He kind of like scrambles out of his like the sleeping bag basically.
Gonna have to get used to that one.
I don't do
Are you
well with
actually
early
going to, like,
mornings.
Make the fucking singing thing our breakfast, dude.
No, that was a
Is
bit.
Okay. I was gonna be like, please.
I'm hungry.
No. How hungry?
Hungry.
I
Michi,
think what
go ahead.
quick question. What is Makoa? The earth?
Makoa's waterbender.
Yeah, I'm a water.
Water?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the only earthbender here.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We've got one of everything. We've got a weapons and air, a tech, fire, water, and earth.
We could get like a sandmobile going. Like I'm in the front. I turn the sand to glass to make a runway. Somebody propels
let's
us
go.
from behind with airbending.
We set up
We
a
just
small
slide our way
charge
there.
in the back.
I feel like it would be
Yeah,
easier
that is
just to
very
get like,
similar to the sand gliders that the
yeah.
that they do use.
I feel like getting just one of those would be easier.
Even then,
I just have to make it.
are we more in like a semi-desert or like a full like
This
Sahara
is
desert?
it's semi-desert. It's not full
Okay.
desert, so sand gliders wouldn't really work here
Dang.
because it's primarily rock, and then there's like a bit of sand kind of covering the rock. It's not like
Oh, I see.
yeah, it's not like oceans of sand.
So it's more like a canyon type desert. Than...
Yeah, it's closer to a canyon. I think I
think
described it
if-
as like crag before.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Badlands.
I think if Makoa is actually treating
It's the Borderlands.
if Makoa is actually treating the boy, I keep forgetting. I'm terrible with
Michi.
names.
Michi.
Michi. I think if Makoa is actually treating Michi like that, I think she might speak up and just say like, "Hey, lay off a little bit."
Why should I? You gotta
He's-
learn to live like this.
And he will.
And it's best
But-
start.
He's just had to leave everything behind.
We haven't.
Well, better than that, he chose to. He made the right choice.
Like I said, I'm not gonna baby him.
You don't have to. Just
Well, it's time to get a move on. The day's getting on. It's gonna get hot. I'd like to get a move on.
Okay.
You're not gonna win this fight.
Let's go then.
Got all your things, Michi?
Yeah, it's all in my backpack. And I'll pick it up, take his sleeping roll and kind of dust it off and start to roll it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys want something to eat before we headed off, or are we just gonna start walking?
we'll
Yeah,
eat
probably
along the
first.
way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't I have like road rations. I don't have like food.
We're
I've got
not
a
sitting down
couple snacks.
for food.
Michi
Okay.
takes out basically just like a bag of nuts, more or less.
Oh, trail mix.
Trail mix.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'll be good for walking.
Yeah.
And he'll pass out some lychee nuts to everyone.
Hell yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Not many of them.
Rude food
Delicious.
sharing.
Not many of them on the road, but they're a good snack, right?
I'm gonna roast
They
my
are
nuts.
indeed. Nobody
Just
likes
like that.
roasted nuts.
Whoop, roasting my nuts.
When he sees that you're firebending, he kind of like backs away a little bit. Because before, like, you were just heating things up, but now
Yeah.
there's open fire, and he probably wasn't paying attention when the fire was set before, and he kind of like jumps back a little bit.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you or anything.
I didn't realize you were a firebender. I figured you.
I'm not Fire Nation.
I was gonna say you
I-
don't look like anyone I've seen before.
Well, don't worry about it. I'm not Fire Nation. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
not
you. He's
going
made the
to
decision
hurt
fight.
you. Well, that's not entirely true either.
We're fighting back right now, aren't we?
Yeah,
We made
But
a decision
that-
to fight.
that wouldn't have happened if we didn't see that in front of me. I'm not a rebel, and I'm not Fire Nation. I'm somewhere in the middle.
That's a rebel.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly the only good thing about you. Well,
Standing in the middle is
Whoa.
complacency.
That's so mean. this this guy like towers over you and he's crying.
Leon, you
What?
fucking piece of shit.
Oh my god.
Don't
He's a
worry, dude.
himbo.
Don't
fucking talk to him that way.
Why is
Yeah.
everyone so mean to me?
It's what you are.
Himbo?
Oh.
Sure.
I think
That's
Makoa's
the
just a
one.
little grumpy this morning. You know, there are plenty of good things about you.
Oh, she's always grumpy.
I hate the way that you had to say that. Like, why'd you
That's
say that
fair.
like it's a surprise?
Yeah, we love you the way you are.
It's not
I'm
my
sorry.
fault I can shoot fire out of my hands. I was born.
I didn't mean to make it sound like
Born.
that. I apologize.
What did you say?
Oh, I just said I didn't mean to make it sound like that. I was just, well, I figured. I
They
didn't
said
think this.
there are good things about you, like it was a.
No, I said there are plenty of good things about you.
Okay.
Like,
All right, let's just keep moving.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah, she would definitely maybe have that little side nudge as well and just be like, you're not bad for a firebender.
Whoa. I think that's
This
the
is her
nicest
being
thing
nice.
wait.
yeah, that's the nice thing you've ever
Wait.
said to me. I would be offended if that came from anybody else.
She's trying to connect with people, okay? She's trying her best.
You did good. I'm proud of you.
I know a lot of firebenders. Not all of them are bad people. A lot of them just kind of get wrapped up in things.
And that makes them bad people.
I'm sorry I startled you.
I second
I understand that it can be frightening that because firebending is the only one that is like dangerous on its own with no momentum applied. It is a weapon. The others can be used as tools, and fire can be used as a tool too, but it's the most naturally harmful.
Well, people often forget that fire is life. It's not just destruction. It has the capacity for it, but water has the capacity to break ships. Rocks have the ability to... Well, they're stationary. There's not much of it. They can fall. Landslides. And without air, people choke, I guess.
But
Winds
fire
can knock
keeps you
people over.
warm.
Yeah. It's more... I thought you were an airbender? He, like, scratches the back of his head.
You know, that's deliberate. I dress this way to give people that impression.
Well, you also mentioned walking through the camps a couple days ago, so...
Oh, that's just because I'm a vagabond.
Oh.
That has nothing to do with me being an airbender.
That's just because I'm homeless.
Oh, okay.
Fun.
I guess that makes sense. I don't have bending.
Hey, me neither.
Honestly, kind of like you just displayed, it's not always a gift. It can be a stigma.
Yeah. But in the courts, the nobility. By the way, you're kind of walking as you're talking, so.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah, figured.
In the noble circuits, if you're not a firebender, you're a nobody. You're not fit to be the next in line. And,
Oh.
I was the only son that my parents had, but I wasn't the only the only child. My younger sister is a prodigy, so it's not like I'm leaving them without an heir. I guess.
Would you rather be a non-bender or inherit your father's legacy?
My father doesn't have a legacy that I want anything to do with.
So it sounds
Stop with the fucking
Like-
Andy guy. Shush.
what?
We're
It's
fighting.
the song. It's the Agni Kai in the background.
Oh.
I challenge you.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
just hear Agni Kai music and I'm like, well, somebody's gotta be firebended.
Uh-oh.
It sparks something
He
in me.
talked about his progeny sister.
Someone's
bro.
gotta die.
Well, back to it.
Well,
Ain't gonna be me.
So it sounds as though you are exactly what you're supposed to be then.
I'm just gonna restart. Yeah. I guess I am. He takes one of the lychee nuts and just cracks right into it with his teeth.
That cannot be healthy.
What?
If you got weak teeth, just say so.
Have you? Huh? Have you eaten these before?
Yeah, the bark is good for you.
Huh. Anybody else wants that one?
By the way, you're supposed to crush the the bark.
Yeah, I was.
It's a powder. It's not supposed to be eaten like this.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mitsuki, or whatever the hell your name is.
Yeah.
What you're telling me is you're a coward.
Can you stop for like 1 second, please?
No, I won't. Because obviously he wants to fight for him. But instead, he decides to run instead of trying to find a way to fight for it himself.
I can't.
Says who?
Says me.
Would
I don't have
There-
political power. I don't have firebending. I can't even pick up a sword and use that properly.
But you said yourself. There's a rebellion going on, is there not?
That's why I'm going to train with the Guiding Winds.
You know, to win a wars, you don't have to be the one to pick up a sword.
Yeah. You're right.
Well, swords aren't like the only weapons, just to be clear. More than that.
Okay, well, I can't pick up an axe. I can't pick up a hammer. I can't do any of those things. I don't have the constitution for it.
Look,
I don't know why.
you've already run away. You already have the power to choose your own destiny. We're just the vehicle that gets you there. It's your choice.
And I made my decision. Otherwise, I wouldn't be out here. I would have gotten my clothes singed by my dad. And I would have shut up and been a good son.
what
That's-
are you good at?
Well, you could word it nicer than that.
What
I-
are you?
What are your skills,
How?
Michi?
Yeah, that.
I'm good at reading people. He kind of like tilts his head to the side. It's kind of a strange way to put it, but I see micro movements in people's muscles and I know how they're gonna act.
Oh.
Whether it be in the face or in the arms or the legs. Like I said, I would have let my clothes been singed by my dad.
Oh. Huh.
Only
So
reason
you're
I think that.
only reason I really got attacked by those two thugs was because one of them kind of hit me in the back of the head with a rock.
Yeah, Earthbenders do that.
They do that a lot.
I'm right here.
I'm sure
I
you do
haven't-
that a lot.
I
Yeah,
haven't
and
been
I'm-
in the Earth Kingdom for very long, but a lot of the Earthbenders I meet like throwing rocks around, and I think it's dangerous.
That's their main thing, to be
Yeah,
fair.
what
That's
else
the
are you
main thing.
supposed to do as an earthbender?
I don't know. You could punch people by putting your hand in the ground and just picking up a big rock or something. I don't know.
Are you?
It would never requires you to be
And-
close when you could
Hold on,
throw it
she-
at them.
Are
That's
you
true.
claiming that you don't throw rocks at people? Because that seems to be your main mode of attack.
I prefer to throw myself.
At rocks?
Viable option.
No.
By the spears, what is that supposed to mean?
What?
What is that supposed to mean?
I have this skill called dust stepping. It allows me to throw myself upwards to get advantage on my opponents, and she'll like do air quotes and as she says, get the drop on them.
Can I
Throw
just
rocks at them from the air?
Get the drop on them.
Oh, Jesus.
analog horror SNES?
This is in a box.
I don't throw rocks anymore.
So you used to. Okay, settle.
I love that we have 4 benders, and we all seem to prefer just being hand benders instead.
Yeah.
You know, she has her ways of like bending anyway, but she's less likely to throw rocks around because she's aware that she's more aware now that people can get in the way by accident.
Oh.
And she's not gonna let that happen again.
Yeah, let's be honest. Realistically, firebenders or earthbenders constantly risk in fights permanently disfiguring people.
Yeah.
No, literally.
So
you're just,
yeah.
You know, you're just cowards.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, I think that's a really good skill to have if you're thinking of fighting.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just like, what? From the Guiding Wind, what is your end game? What do you actually want from the Guiding Wind?
Confidence.
Well,
I don't think they can give you that.
no, as far as I can tell, they would shelter you and train you in self-defense.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, they are. They're not like a rebel group, but they're pretty anti-government, right?
30 on 30.
Pretty much. Well, I mean, the Guiding Wind isn't necessarily like they're
They
they're
just
not
think-
anti-government, but they're pro-peace, and that
They're
might as
pro-
well be the same thing in current era.
Well, I think they just want to bring back the air nomads to the air temples. It's like, hey guys, we gotta dial it back, please. That's as far as I remember.
Am I stupid? Wasn't it the opposite? I thought they wanted to make.
Yeah, I think the Guiding Wind basically go out like they're the opposite of like the nomads that like stay in the temple and we are spiritual centers and we are this and we are that.
No,
and
because
it's
at this
rigid,
time,
rigid, rigid.
air nomads are the peacemakers. There's active air nomads brokering peace between Northern Air Temple, the Northern tribes and the northern shore of the Earth Kingdoms. They're practically everywhere. Roku's kind of using them with a crutch, and the Guiding Wind is trying to corral them back, saying we're kind of forgetting what air nomads are.
The Guiding Wind believed that the air nomads had grown complacent in their search for enlightenment, and that they were seeking too much cooperation with the corrupt and exploitative wealthy citizens of other nations.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're ascetics. They're just ascetics.
Yes.
They want to make the monks more monkish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're
Less
not
taxes for monks.
they're not like anti-government. They're just like, guy, air nomads should be back at the fucking temples. And
Yeah, they're traditionalist.
they're traditionalists. And so when they go out and they're doing things like having camps in the Earth Kingdom, basically, what they're doing is they're setting up like routes of like travel back, basically a back and forth between the temples. And in the meantime are saying like, guys, come on, like promote peace, but promote like everybody should stay in their fucking lane. If nobody got out of their lane, there would be no issues. Like that kind of a thing. So it is pro peace, but it's a sort of like leave me the fuck alone kind of peace.
I think traditionalist is a bit of a what are saying it because they accept people from all over.
Yes, they do.
You know, they will just like take you in as long as you're willing to give up what you have.
Yeah. So like,
yeah, you're chill.
Yeah, because they are ascetics. Like they're trying to find enlightenment, and they welcome other people from other nations who are also trying to find enlightenment. And so a level of that comes in of like, if I try and find enlightenment, for Michi specifically, if he finds enlightenment, then he might be able to do something about all of this. Or maybe his time with them would help him refocus his mind, or find some other way to, like, limit the corruption in his family.
I like this plan. It's a good short-term plan. And the long-term can come later.
It's more or less what I was thinking, yeah.
I still think you should probably have long-term goal. You can think about it.
He ran away yesterday. We can figure that out later.
But I'm sure he was thinking about it for a while. Right? Surely?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay.
You
I
do
didn't
have
just
a long
leave on
term.
a whim.
Well, you never know. I'm just making sure.
And yes, I do have a long-term plan, but things change. They shift and break. The long-term plan is just leave the Earth Kingdom alone, but I'm not the Fire Lord. I don't get a say in that. I can argue against it. I can argue that I can't have this song playing in the background. I can argue against further colonialization attempts. I can argue that we keep to the cities that we already have and treat the Earth Kingdom citizens better, and pull out of the nations that don't currently have any Fire Nation inhabitants, and keep to ourselves more, but they're not going to listen to just me. I would need the backing of several noble houses, and I don't have that right now. I would also need to have some level of sway or power or something, and the way that it's looking, I'm probably just going to be I hate to use the term, but trophy husband.
Or you could become a big enough problem that they listen.
That's sort of the idea.
Make a rebel out of you yet.
And if you do manage to get away, it'll probably weaken your father's position, right? It'll look bad for him. That's a win.
That's why he wants me back so desperately. He can't bear the shame of having a renegade son.
From what I hear, losing face in the Fire Nation is a pretty big deal for nobles.
Mm-hmm. He won't be disgraced for it, but he certainly won't be seen well.
We'll just have to see what else happens in Udall then.
Yeah. I had a name for this place. Fuck, I lost it.
Why did you have to tell me about
Where
the
are we?
why did you have to tell me about the gunpowder factory? Because like my character would never in a million years think about like snapping his fingers in front of that factory, but like I'm thinking about it.
You're gonna kill every single
Obsessed.
worker in here.
I have to blow up the factory.
Man,
Laura
she's
is already
she
thinking
is
about how can I destroy this factory, including blowing it up.
fucking.
Alright,
If she
we'll
knew
blow
about
up
it,
the factory.
if she knew about it, she would 100% be on board with blowing up the factory.
It would be so easy.
It would
all
be.
So awesome.
It'd be so cool.
Cool.
But aside from hopefully coming back into some level of power, if not, then I get married off to some other family and I act as their figurehead and I'm forced to pray for a firebending child.
As if we didn't already have enough reasons to think the Fire Nation was messed up.
One way of putting it.
All the nations are messed up. Let's be real.
Hey, my people are pretty alright. That's why we're isolating ourselves from everyone else.
Are you a whole nation?
No?
Exactly.
And a Fire Nation, unfortunately.
I mean,
Hey.
has the Water Nation like ever done anything too bad? I feel like they
Have
just
they
kind
ever
of.
committed mass genocide?
I mean, the
That hasn't happened yet. Shush.
Not real.
Not real.
the northern guys are kind of dicks, but I think otherwise they're fine.
We're not. We're only dicks because we're protecting what's important to us.
Same goes for the Earth Kingdom, I'd say.
I wouldn't even. Don't get me started on the Earth Kingdom.
What?
Earth Kingdom's been kind of rough from what I remember of my history lessons. That's kind of why we started here. Ah, just use we. Why did I do that? Why the Fire Lord did all of that.
History favors the victors.
Yeah.
I got an easy
Yes.
answer for why the Fire Lord did that. It's because he's rich.
Why not? It's, it's a Friday night. Fuck it.
He wants to spread the wealth or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And of course, Earth King Jalen is perfectly willing to allow it. They're all as corrupt as they come.
Yeah. You're telling me. But I don't want to abide by that. I want more for all of the nations. I want more for my family than being puppets to the Fire Lord.
Quick question. Who's the avatar at this point?
Roku.
Roku.
Okay.
He has 2 more years alive.
Yeah, basically.
He's got a little bit left in him.
I got one more left in me. I got one more left in me.
One more round, Susan.
I sure like that Roku guy. I hope no volcanoes erupt on him.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
so.
Roku's
Roku Island's kind of a
fine.
cool place.
Yeah, I love
Why
that
is it
streaming
called
ser-
that?
I love that streaming service.
We should go to Roku's Island in exactly 2 years.
We should wipe Roku Island off the map.
He's
Don't
gonna
worry.
do that.
Don't worry
Roku will take
about
care of
that
that.
one.
Hey, watch out 2 years from now, Roku Island. I'ma be there.
And then
Oh my god.
my favorite part of that flashback is that Sozin like flies all that way, and then just like, goes home.
Just watch
He
this
just
one.
watches. He's like, eh.
No, Sozin flies out. He helps Roku for like half the time, and then Roku gets hit with poison gas, and he's like,
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
Most optimal.
Later.
I think I
Most
smell
of-
genocide.
you don't say.
Also,
God,
fucking,
bro.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Sozin lived to like 120 years old.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he got old.
He,
Oh,
God.
fucking
And
people in this fucking world live old.
and not only that, but he had fucking Azulon at 100 years old.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
not even physically
'Cause it-
possible.
Because Azulon
Ow.
was born the year that the genocide started. Sozin would have been 100 at that time.
My
And
God.
Azulon took power in 20 after genocide. So
Well, clearly we
Man.
know where his firebending's working.
Jesus
Hmm.
Christ.
there's a fire somewhere in that guy.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, no,
God
that's
damn.
what Sozin's comment does to a motherfucker.
You know, I don't have to like him, but I gotta respect him.
No, I hate you. I hate this.
Live to 120, wipe an entire nation,
Apparently, he only lived until
have
102.
sex. 100. Oh
Shit.
shit. Okay, I thought it was 120. That may have been just been
The
a
fact that he's
dyslexia
still
moment.
able to
Either
get it
way,
up,
yeah,
though.
82 years old. He
Yeah.
had Sozin.
That is insane.
Okay, I think
Yeah,
we're getting a
Zelda.
little, a little
Yeah,
off
yeah,
track.
I like the
ADHD
idea
moment.
that
It's all
still
right.
happening while they're walking. They're just contemplating the
What do you think
sexual
Sozin's
antics of the
gonna do?
He's
fire
gonna
lord.
live till 100.
What do you think
Uh,
Sozin's gonna do? What are you guys thinking about that?
I'm thinking, don't look at the news. 2 months.
Turn on the orb!
Doesn't matter what channel.
It doesn't matter what you strike. Turn on the orb.
Yeah. What channel? All of them.
It doesn't matter what channel.
They hit the temples. They hit the temples.
They hit the fucking temple.
They hit Harry gun.
They hit the fucking
Oh my God.
temples.
It's over.
Anyway. As you guys
It's over.
have gone through the rest of the day contemplating things, talking about the Avatar, talking about the guiding winds, what principles they have, the second day's travel comes to a close as you start to see the village of Xinyan in the distance. I'll just put that in.
Your name.
Do you think we'll be able to find somewhere to sleep?
There
Potentially.
should be there should be a small village on the way, so I think should be
Oh
able
no,
to
you,
rest
you
there.
see it in the distance. He's saying like, do you think
Oh.
like there's a place
Oh,
in
that's
there
what
that we
he
could
means.
sleep?
I'm stupid. Well,
Don't see why
I
not.
suppose it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Whatever we do, we be careful in the town. We don't, go advertising where we've come from.
Of course.
Okay, so I won't mention Yu Dao. Good to know. As you guys start making your way closer, you do see a couple of people moving about the town later. It's about like 6 o'clock at this point. A couple of people moving about, though a few people kind of all crowd into one building, like a central building. And you can hazard a guess that that's probably a tavern. Might be a tavern in combo. because at the very least there are like stables next to it, and you see a bunch of giant beetles kind of hooked up to the reins there. The reins are kind of hooked up to bits there.
Oh.
What
The
kind of town is this?
it's a village. It's a decently sized village. It's not small, but it is decently sized. All of the buildings here are made in that sort of like, I think it's Mesoamerican style, where it's like it's made out of just carved rock, basically.
Yeah.
And you see a bunch of people kind of moving in and out of buildings, but a few people kind of get off their giant beetles and start moving into one particular building in basically the center of town.
So is it safe to say that it's a that earthbending is prevalent?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to imagine so, considering how the houses were built.
Mm-hmm.
It's not brick and mortar. This is just brick. This isn't like that's a big hollowed out brick.
Is there what like kind of travelers are we seeing? Is this like a what would be the term? Like a halfway? Like this is
Yeah.
when you go
Yeah.
to stop on your way to Udao, okay?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so people who are coming through here either have come from Udao or are going to Udao.
Alright.
And this is like a halfway point. If you had a giant beetle, it would only be 1 day's trip to and from Udao. So there is a potential somebody from Udao has beat you here, considering it took you 2 days travel to get here. But they would have had to have traveled through the night and past you when you were sleeping. So the likeliness of that is kind of low, but
do we take the risk of using Michi's money to get us a beetle so that we can travel faster? Because
It's only a day,
I have
right?
a suggestion.
it's less than a day's trip to go to and from the Guiding Wind camp. It'll basically take like
Alright.
if you leave at 10, you'll be there by like 3, basically. It's just what, 5 hours?
Hey, give me some of your money.
Wait, I have a suggestion. I guess to make it seem less suspicious, we could have one of us technically use the money instead of, so it doesn't look like it's his money. Am I making sense here?
Yeah, no, you are. Here, okay, can I have some of that money then?
Sure. How much would they charge
I mean,
for room and
if you
board?
don't mind, of course.
Oh, you meant the beetle. I was gonna go get a drink.
Yes, but
Or
not
we
for
can
that.
get drinks together. Come on.
If it took 3 copper to buy clothing, room and board should be less than a silver. Maybe about a silver.
You want me to ask?
And so that, like, he's kind of like mumbling to himself about like how prices would work, and you see like there is a bit of mathematics going on. Like, he's not just mumbling things, he's actually kind of calculating things based off of value. No, Agni Kai, stop it. Stop.
You just need to accept that it's happening.
We keep getting jump scared by battle music or sad music.
We're killing the town.
Yeah, at this rate, I feel like we're having to end up kill this kid.
No.
Well, while
You did
he's
this, Michi.
mumbling and
I'm going to
muttering,
get the spray bottle, Hayden. Go ahead.
while he's mumbling and muttering, I think she is kind of like looking around to see whether or not there's anything that kind of would symbolize that the resistance is here. So anything like graffiti or anything like that, because she comes from outlaw background.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god,
So-
besties.
That makes 3 of us.
Oh well, she's
Wow.
military outlaw, so
I see.
So would that be rely on your skills and training because she's been with
the besties in the resistance. Viva la resistance.
Yeah, I would say it could either be assess situation or skills and training, whichever one that you would prefer.
I mean, it's both +1 on either, so.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and roll on.
Roll 2d6 +1. That is a 7.
A 7.
That's a 7. The consequences for rolling a 7 to 9 and even a miss on this move aren't as harsh. You have more control over your approach because of your experience, and you're capable of dealing with complications as they arrive. On a 7 to 9, you accomplish your goal, but not quite in the way you wanted or intended. The GM tells you how your action might lead to an unexpected consequences. This information is for you, the player, so you can decide if you want to let this happen or not. If you
Cool.
choose to accept the consequences, your character might know what's coming, or they could be totally caught off guard. By choosing to mark fatigue instead, your character sees the complication as or just before it happens and manages to straighten themselves out before it makes things worse. I mean, all she's doing is looking around to see if there's, like, markings. If there's any fucking graffiti or some shit like that.
Damn, she about to cause a riot just for looking for graffiti.
She's about to, like, start a new wave of the fucking resistance just
Okay.
for looking at someone's
Okay.
picture.
As you're looking at the graffiti, trying to see if you can find any markings that the resistance would be here, which is usually carved into the stones of alleyways and stuff. You would have to kind of like put yourself into a maybe vulnerable situation for you to be in, like not like far from your party, but just slightly away from them. And in doing so, you could run into a bit of a situation. If you are willing to take that risk, you can. Otherwise, you can mark a fatigue, and I can tell you about what that risk would be. And then you can choose to act on that however you wish.
I think she would take the risk.
Just take the risk full out? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you make your way into the alleyway, you do spot the graffiti. So there is resistance in this town. The issue is that there are people who are currently looking to see if people are resisting in this town. So you looking at the graffiti and showing that there is a recognition on your face has drawn the attention of somebody else. Who that person is slinks behind a corner into the darkness, and we will get back to that later.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Fun.
fine.
Okay.
Oh, anyway.
Well, that's fun. Now, here's a question. So, her background is military and outlaw. So, would they really? Well, I mean, it's an outcome, isn't it? Because I was gonna say, with her military background, she would have been trained to be alert to stuff. So, would they have been able to kind of sneak? But I suppose we'll say she's gone a bit soft. This group is making her soft. Talking about their feelings.
Unfortunately, like, there wouldn't be a way for you to, like, mitigate that issue unless you took that fatigue.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be
that's
able
fine.
to counteract that.
That's a fun little surprise for later.
Yeah. So you might be aware, just kind of like, oh shit, like I heard something in the background. That's not good. Somebody saw me looking at this, but you wouldn't know the ramifications of such.
Cool.
And so you can get back to the party with that information.
Yeah, I do think she's gonna, like, maybe keep a little bit of distance from them, because, as I said, she would have noticed that someone noticed, I guess. So her whole thing is control or connection, so it's
she wants to be in control of the situation. She needs things to go as she intends them to go. So she would definitely like keep a little bit more of a distance than usual to try and keep that situation in her control.
All right.
And
What time did you say it was?
It's about like 6:30.
Hmm.
It's about time to eat something.
We've been made, but I'm hungry.
We'll keep walking. It'll be funny.
We could keep walking. But we'd be traveling through the night and going without food.
Not that much for the night. We get there at what, like 11 about? 11:30?
Don't mind just getting a quick bite to eat and keep going.
Yeah, I think we should just get some travel food, like fruit and nuts and stuff that we can eat as we walk, and then we'll keep going.
I thought you said they want to try something with a little more bite to it.
Okay. That's fine too. Let's sit down then. I am hungry. Like, I'll eat.
How hungry?
I mean, those cat gators are looking at me the wrong way.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
an
acting all
I could
wrong.
have an
The wrong
argument.
way. Well, either way, I think getting some food would be a good idea.
Yep.
Alright. If that's what people want.
All right.
But afterwards, I'm willing to get on the road.
In that case, you guys can hop into the tavern here, where you see a good couple of people. There are some sandbenders here, a good fair few earthbenders in here, and very obviously so. Like they've literally got rocks covering their clothing, and like it's stuff that like they would have accrued from the day's work, pretty much. Sitting around at a bar and just drinking their troubles away, more or less. There are a couple of people here that don't look to be, you know, any sort of bender or anything like that. The Senbenders are obvious because they literally have the wrappings, like they look like they basically have themselves like dressed up like mummies, more or less.
Okay.
I don't remember the actual term for the like wrappings that people who live in the desert would use to keep themselves like covered. But there are a few people in here that are just Earth Nation people. It might be benders, might not be benders. You have no idea. But there are a few people in here that seem to be travelers as well. Just regular old travelers. They don't have any particular obvious nation about them either.
Please just head up.
Are we eyed as we enter?
Somewhat, but it's not like a threatening thing. It's more just like, oh, somebody new came in.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like 6 very
Okay.
unique individuals just walked into this establishment.
yeah, like a hurry up and shut the door kind of look.
Okay. We should have broken change. God damn it.
I got some change on me.
Yeah, I think flashing a gold
P,
would be
when you-
pretty bad.
Gee, when you went and all those clothes, what did they give you back?
About 7 copper and 9 silver.
Okay, then we should be paying with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she would have handed the change back to your man.
Michi.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be paying with that. Change that's already broken.
Yep. I'm just like watching out for anybody who's trying to cause trouble. Like, I'm eyeing the room, making sure that nobody tries to start something.
She's gonna walk up and I need more or less a grog, please.
The bartender is kind of like a stout man. Would probably be a dwarf in any other setting. Kind of nods and pours something out. It's this very thick, obviously like heavy smelling liquor. That, I mean, it's not really like just straight liquor, but it's, you know what I mean. It's very heavy, very like pungent. Slides it over to you. That'll be 2 copper.
Forgot the water, but whatever. I got it myself.
You think there's enough water over here? That's how we drink it.
Well, like it's syrup.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They don't have a choice. There's no water.
Desert.
Come back over here.
And she comes back, pops some water from her water skins and just fills it up the slowly with water, mixes it around.
Is there somewhere we could sit?
Yeah, there are a couple places for you to...
Uh-oh. Sness sleepy time.
Sness fell
Sness is
asleep.
gone.
Sleep.
Hold on.
Sness!
Wakey,
Kill
wakey!
her.
Sorry.
You're gonna die.
It's time for school! Get up, it's time for school!
We
Hey.
break the no-kill rule to kill SNES.
It's time for school. No, no. Y'all become
What
the
you
villains
get?
just to kill me.
There wouldn't be villainy.
No.
Doing
It would be a mercy.
We'd be preventing the war.
It would
What
be a
the fuck
mercy
do you mean
not
by
to
this?
you, but to the rest of the world.
Back.
It's over.
Yeah. Is there somewhere we can sit?
Yeah, there are places for you to take a load off.
I feel like
Sit.
she would probably aim for a table that looks like it could be defensible if something goes down.
Sure.
Like
So
it.
picky.
There's a table. Anything could be fine.
Would you prefer like
Table with
yeah,
enough chairs.
Mhm. Fine. And
So
she'll
do you want to
let-
go and ask somebody if they want to move, so that we can fortify a corner?
Well, no, she's looking for one that like maybe is closer to like a wall, so that they'd have their backs against
in the
it,
corner.
or
Yeah, you can find something like that. It's all good.
Okay.
I mean,
she's
it
not just
kind
gonna
of sticks
march
out
over
to you.
to a table.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I'm gonna be at the bar.
Don't just don't keep calling all of their drinks weird.
But they are weird.
Sure, but you're supposed to keep that stuff to yourself.
Do what I can.
There we go. Good enough.
All right.
Mm.
So you all can grab drinks, get something to eat. The food is flavorful, but dry.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
tracks.
Isn't it a shame that waterbenders can't just like make water?
They kind of can,
Take
but
it
it's
out of you.
gross.
Yes. From that sweat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
not. Are you like taking the
water.
other stuff out of the water? I feel like you're just moving.
Probably
the
not.
sweat around. Yeah, no, that's just drinking sweat. That's not.
Yeah.
It's not helpful.
No.
Hey, electrolytes.
We get a waterbender to walk into a forest and drain it dry.
Also, technically, they can get it from the air.
Yeah.
The air around them does have minuscule
Except they're in
traces
the-
of water.
Unfortunately, we're in the desert.
The
Yeah,
desert.
not really in the desert.
Yeah. Dry heat.
Yeah, it's dry.
Shame.
Uh,
Why does anyone live in the desert?
Because they banned sand, I don't
We hate sand.
know.
Just live in normal climates, idiots. Like why does anyone live in the
Oh.
desert?
Oh, live where the food is.
Yeah, I love that.
You see, this is the sand, huh? You know what's gonna be in 100 years? Sand.
It's always gonna be sand.
I think if Makoa is going off to the bar, like away from the group, I think she would look at Shi Ying and just go, they're not much of a people person, are they?
Are you telling me?
And this is coming
no.
from Shi.
This is crazy. Miss People person himself.
I'm definitely sat in a chair that has a clear view of where they've gone.
They're probably on their third drink by now.
Yeah, I
Right.
know.
Motherfucker, you just left.
I built this character to be like the shy guy who cares too much, and like compared to the rest of you guys, I look extroverted.
You can't blame them that much. Who does talk much, really? You know?
I mostly speak when spoken to, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's something none of you do.
Well, somebody's gotta say something, or we're all just gonna sit here in silence and eat.
Yeah, I talk plenty.
You can say that again.
Why is everyone so mean?
I'm bonding. This is bonding, right?
You bond
I
with
think it's
people
more-
by making fun of them?
Do you
That's pretty
not?
common, actually, yeah.
Okay, I see the problem here. Stop!
Stop it!
Wait.
Get out of my skin!
What?
It's the song.
Yeah, leaves from the vine.
Yeah.
Oh, I-
Teeth. Good, I get them out.
I've got the stream volume like super low so I can like ever so often just hear like a crescendo or something. And then everyone's reacting.
So we just sounded like we were having a joint hallucination to you.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
All I heard was "Get out of my skin, stop."
Half the people at the table just grab their heads.
Clicking.
Okay. Does anybody want to start shit in here?
No?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
I'm looking around the room. I'm trying to see if people are trying to collect the bounty.
Oh, I thought you were trying to start a fight.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were
No.
asking
Literally,
us
that's
if
how I
we
was
wanted to
like,
start a
you
fight.
guys want to start something? It's like,
If you
I
guys want to
would.
just, like, fuck someone up,
Y'all just want to start
I'm
a
down.
bar fight? It's like, what?
That's
who's
That's
the
the-
biggest guy in this tavern?
I never want a fight, but I'm always ready for one.
He's He's always itching for it.
Especially in the situation because we're with somebody who's wanted.
He's so hungry for mercenaries.
Technically, two people
Yeah.
who are wanted.
Honestly, he does like if people are going to take money from a father to hunt down his son, he will beat that person into the ground.
I mean, yeah, they deserve it, honestly.
Preferably, we don't get into the fight at all.
Yeah.
This is true. But if they do engage, we're beating the shit out of them.
Yeah,
Um,
with you guys being on edge, the only person in here that seems to be sketchy is somebody with their hood up. They're kind of like eyeing the table that you're all sitting at, and every so often kind of like flicks their eyes over to Makoa. But they don't engage at all. They are very clearly watching you, but they don't engage.
That's just shady Sam.
What
every
if I
time it's
just,
got
like-
one.
What if I just like make, well, I guess not really make eye contact, but what if I just look in their direction and wave friendly?
They don't reciprocate.
Darn. Oh. Dang. What are my
Bob's
feelings?
just here to make friends.
Okay, what number drink you on?
Hey, what?
4.5.
Okay.
Is it a good idea if Makoa gets drunk?
I'm
wanna go
not
tell him to
sure.
stop?
That is fair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fine. We have a number. It's fine.
He can
I'll
fight
stop
just as
eventually.
well drunk, in my experience.
Well, let's not make it a habit. It's already a habit.
Yeah, wait, what are you talking about?
I was going to
Alcoholism.
say.
Yeah, let's not get there. We're already there. Let's
Whoa,
Has
all of that is
steer
everyone-
away.
How are you finding the trip, Michi?
Give me a second, please.
Okay,
Is that in or out of character?
Calibrating.
Out.
take your time.
Yeah, I think that's
weather,
the
huh?
better role for
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah, no, that's a lot better role for me actually.
Right, stop making con saves.
Whoa.
I mean, it's not been bad, I guess. It's better to be out of the city than normally. I don't know, part of me feels like the city felt more like more walls. Does that make sense?
Have you been outside before?
Courtyards, pelicans, yeah, but
How
not.
you like the world outside?
It's very dry.
Very dirty.
Yeah, it is. But so is life. Hayden. Yeah, you're
What are
good.
No,
you
it-
doing?
I
now?
didn't, you're good.
Stop
Go.
fucking getting.
You probably get more than one drink with that.
Let's go.
Alright.
Continue on.
Oh, fuck's sake, I know what you're doing. Piece of shit.
Come on, I ain't done nothing.
I know what you're doing.
I
I'm gonna have to stun somebody before we leave this bar.
Lord.
Did everyone, or did the whole table notice
Shady McShaderson. Yeah.
Mr. Shifty McShifty?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I
I
think
tried to wave at him, but he doesn't even respond.
based on like she's thing, I think she would probably try to, like, with what happened earlier, like, she knows someone saw her looking at the resistance markings. I think she would probably try and see whether or not it was them. And by that, like, she would probably... I'm aiming more for a trick, right? Where she'd be like, she'd stand up and just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna step outside. I need some fresh air. I'll be back in a few minutes," or something like that. And almost make it seem like she's unsteady as she leaves the tavern.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Go
go
ahead.
with you?
She'd like probably mention, just be like, "No, I'll be fine. You guys stay here." So
Go
I
ahead
got a
and roll check for me.
9.
9. Okay, let me double check what the limited success there is. Trick.
A roll
Your
of
rolls
7 to
are-
9 lets you choose one of these options. So I can choose stumble, foolishly, or overcommit. So I feel like she would want them to overcommit because she wants them to follow her.
Gotcha. Use them to catch on sooner rather. Okay.
What is she doing?
Okay. If you don't choose without any opening.
She's wanting to see whether or not this person's...
I mean, in character.
Huh?
I'm saying that in character. What is she doing?
Oh.
Okay.
I think she said she's going to go get some fresh air.
As
Right.
you step out, the party would see the person in the cloak stand after about 2 minutes before going out. They leave an untouched drink at the table.
I think.
Yeah, we doing something about that?
Yeah, I think I want to go out. But would you mind? I'll just check on her, just to see.
I'm staying with the kid.
Right, I
Yeah,
think at
that's a
least
good
one
idea.
person should stay here with
If you guys need
with
help,
Nikki, and
yell
also
for me, and I'll.
potentially watch Makoa, because I'm not entirely sure what she's doing over there.
Yeah.
You know what she's doing. She was fine.
We'll come running if you guys need help. Just yell.
Right, of course.
Yeah, I'll go with Don.
All right. In that case, as you all leave, the person that she had caught the attention of is standing basically just on the outside towards an alleyway, and they kind of knock on the side of the ale house to get She's attention.
She'll have been ready for that. She's in the alley, like, just around the corner, waiting to see, like, who stepped out. Or if they stepped out, I should say. So she'd probably, like...
Yeah.
I want to make, like, she's got her hood up as well at this point, so... Well, she never took it off.
Mm-hmm.
As they see you, they do sort of like tap their knuckles against the side of the wall. So, are you resistance?
Which one would be to get a read on this? Would it be assess the situation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll with creativity. Okay. So that would be an 8.
Okay. So you
Well-
can get a read on this guy, but me. Where is? I can't see it. It's fine. Okay, you get to ask one question. What here can I use to do something? Who or what is the biggest threat? What should I be on the lookout for? What's my best way out, in, or through? Who or what is the greatest danger? I feel like that doesn't quite work. Hold on.
So, judging by that, it would be a people person.
Yeah, probably people person though.
I believe people person explicitly says it's while you watch them interact with
It's,
someone
Yeah,
it's
interact
interact with
with someone
somebody else. Yep, yep.
Okay. So it'd have to be. Yeah, it'd have to be assess the situation or. Yeah, it wouldn't be plead. Definitely not guide and comfort.
Yeah.
Um.
Call someone out. I don't know.
Or could it be rely on skills and training? When you rely on your skills and training to overcome an obstacle, gain new insight, or perform a familiar custom, roll with focus.
Yeah, gain
On
new
hit, you
insight.
do it. Yeah, it'd be gain. It'd be that. So would it be? It'd be an 8 on that then, I guess.
Yeah, so you do it imperfectly. So I guess it's unless you want to mark a fatigue, I can waive the consequences, or you just take the consequences as it comes.
I'll take a fatigue. She needs this to kind of go, right? She needs to
Okay.
get a read on him before she says yes or no, essentially.
The person is, first of all, obviously masking their voice. That is the most immediate thing, because you heard shift, like a shift in their voice, kind of dipped in and out of
Yeah.
a perceived thing. They do not seem hostile towards you when they mention so you're part of the resistance. It seemed more like they were curious more than anything.
Okay.
But that's about all
Um,
I can tell you.
I think she would also kind of like mask her voice. She'd put on an accent, so she's gonna turn into Shaylee for a hot second. And what of it to you?
Drew it up.
Druid,
What are you doing here?
Shaylee's back, bitches!
Go back to Lemuse.
That's Agni Kai, hold on.
That's-
I knew it was coming.
Jelly's here, kill her.
Right when
I
you
knew
said
it.
go
Shaylee's
back
here,
to
eat the
Louisiana,
guy.
fucked up. The racist is Agni Kai.
I find it pertinent to know who comes in and out of my village.
Just someone passing through.
Passing through? To where? By this point, the rest of them kind of filter out.
Is this right outside the door?
No, it's in the alleyway.
Okay.
But you can hear conversation down there. So
Yeah, we're not
Right.
gonna make ourselves known, I don't think, or at least I'm not.
No.
Okay.
Not yet. Probably
Should
gonna
we-
be like,
Go on.
I was gonna say we're gonna be like in the vicinity in case like something happens and he
Mhm.
decides
Around the
to try to
corner, yeah.
jump her, but like
Yeah.
This map is so small. What's past where we're going?
Past Udao, Umashu would be the next biggest city.
Umashu?
Yeah. And that's like that's
and-
one of the cities. I don't remember exactly where Udao is, but like I'm gonna
I
say
Udao
posted a map.
I know, but like I
of the
can't.
location.
Yeah, it's just tiny for me.
81 is left top. If you find like one, go to the left, or like for the Fire Nation Islands, go diagonal.
Okay, so 89, 81 is... Is that where we are?
Yeah, that's
No.
Udao. 81
Well,
is Udao,
You know where we
Oh.
started.
and Omashu.
Unless it's 48,
Oh, okay.
which is
Where's
not
81?
close. So 81 is directly above like the smaller Fire Nation archipelago, and 48 is to the, I guess, like direct west of the Chitong, I think, right? The desert.
In top left.
Tiwong, that's it.
What's that orange dot? I can't see it.
Orange dot
Number
isn't relevant.
4. 4 is during Korra's era. I think orange is Korra stuff.
No, orange is Aang.
Well, 4 is the Beifong Metal Bending Academy.
Yeah, so that would have been made just after the start of the Aang era.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
What?
you're right.
Is that 83?
83 would
Is that-
exist, yes. That's Zigan Village, I believe.
I
And
think
that's
the
a-
stuff that exists, I think, is red and blacks.
Okay, but is that the next closest thing to the east
Yeah,
that doesn't
I think,
involve crossing water?
Seems like it, yeah.
yeah. That's major
Okay.
settlement.
And that's Zigan Village.
Oh, orange
So, yeah.
is Bing Chen. So we need Roku stuff.
No, yellow is Yanchen.
Yeah. Didn't realize that.
Yeah, like
so yeah,
35 would be Yangchen. Go ahead, sorry.
she'd go Zigan Village.
Zigan Village. What business do you have in Zigan?
Trading.
Trading. Trading what? You seem
Information.
to travel light. Information on what? What business do you have trading information to the rebellion?
I'm trying to like get the words in my brain.
current plan of our common enemy?
I see. The hooded person would lower their hood and take a mask off of their face, like a face covering. And you would see that they have a blue arrow mark that hangs down their head, as well as along their arms. This is very clearly an air nomad. If you have information, you can trade it to me. You don't need to go any further.
Where is it we're trying to... What's the name of the group we're trying to find?
The Guiding Wind.
The Guiding Wind. You're with the Guiding Wind?
If I am.
Sorry, say that again?
If I am.
Then there is potential for an exchange. Being very careful with what she's saying because she doesn't fully know if she trusts it. Like,
Exchange of what?
there's someone looking for a new start.
I see.
They have intentions to join the roaming wilds winds,
The Guiding Winds, sure.
guiding winds.
So you wish to give me this person? That seems more of a burden on my end. So what would I get in return? This information?
Well, they are the son of a firebender noble.
Hmm.
I'm sure they have lots of information.
The man just kind of turns his back and puts his hood back up. I don't like your tone of voice. And he just walks away.
Yes, I get that a lot.
Stairs. Run.
He's going the opposite direction. He's not going to the front of the house.
Run anyway.
Sness fell asleep.
Kill.
EP SNES.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Sness.
I knew it was gonna happen the
What's the
second that she
point
muted.
of
Hold on.
her-
How do we feel about making this a two-shot gang?
I mean, I was
I don't think
basically
Seth's gonna
gonna end.
survive it.
I was basically gonna end it the second that like you dropped them off. Welcome back, SNES.
God damn, it's like I'm awake and then I pass out in 2 seconds. I hate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna end this when you guys get Michi to the guiding winds. Like that is the
Yeah, that's
planned
fine.
ending. You guys aren't doing more beyond that. So like,
Mhm.
What do you mean?
With
We're
you
going
guys-
straight to Omashu.
yeah, yeah.
We're gonna go blow up a factory.
No,
We're
no,
going
that-
on Fire Nation.
That happens later. Shh.
Fellas, we gotta
But,
go through the secret tunnels.
Yeah, the shady person, Snesford, I guess he fell asleep. The shady person was a air nomad. They basically said, so what if I'm a guiding wind? And the Shaylee's like, oh, Shaylee, she
It's the
asked,
accent.
it is, asked, basically, oh, I will give you information in the event that you take this guy. And he goes, I don't like the way that you speak to me, and then left.
Yeah, like
Damn,
You don't look
fucking
right.
weird.
crazy.
Because she's being too hoity-toity about it. He's like, I don't like
Well,
you.
it's more she doesn't
Oh,
trust like that.
Yeah, I know she doesn't trust like that, but you put on the wrong accent for it. Like
Yeah.
you went to
Scottish accent.
you went to no like
You're
just
posh.
yeah, too posh, too uppity. And he was like, nah, that ain't for me. Bye bye.
Oh, her just her normal voice is
Yep.
like,
That
you're
was not normal.
suspicious.
If you went full Cockney, he would have been like, dap me the fuck up.
Yeah.
I've got this guy. He wants to go see the Garden Wind.
Oh, we're
That's so
going to see
funny.
the garden wind in it.
Oh, governor.
That's so funny.
fair.
So because she decided to also give him her normal voice, he's like, I don't trust you.
Yep.
You're
That's
kind of
so funny.
I don't trust like that.
That's so funny.
My
You're
brain
one of the
just
bad ones.
Time the Scottish accent works better.
my brain just
Shit.
sent me the shit post of, hey, I'm bending here.
Oh my god.
I mean, I suppose she's probably just gonna kind of watch him leave and then just kind of be like, oh, okay, well, we'll deal
He'll-
with him later then, I guess.
He'll stop like before he disappears fully, just to like kind of look behind and say back. The Guiding Wind camp is about a 5-hour walk. I suggest you go in the morning before the wanted posters start popping up. And then he'll turn a corner.
Cool.
Should've
She'll
gone for the night.
head back towards the others and then I guess be shocked that they're all just stood there.
No, we made us the
Wait.
stairs. We ran away.
Scatter!
It's like, whoa, hey, that's crazy.
Bob
You
definitely did
were
not
gone
run
for a little
away.
while.
He did not get the message.
Crazy seeing you here.
What are you doing here?
You were listening?
Oh.
Were we not supposed to?
Well, good news is our shifty friend was more friend than shifty, I guess.
That's good news.
That is good.
We are 5 hours away, and they recommended we leave before morning.
So they didn't
I
tell us
see.
anything new. Cool. Okay.
Let's go right now.
Have we
I'm not-
eaten?
I've been
Not
eating this
yet.
whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
well,
guys.
you
Everyone's
have.
always
You
eating.
guys ate.
Okay.
Our
Then
Aurora is drinking her
I
body weight in
It's
beer.
unfortunate we-
then I agree with Ton. We should probably get going now. Beat the traffic.
Do you think Nicole is going to be able to walk?
Yeah, they'll be fine. Then I'm gonna go up to them and what's your count?
What?
Number of beers, your count.
What?
Oh no.
No,
Okay.
out of character, I have no idea what the fuck you said. I'll be honest with you.
How many
How
drinks
How
are
many
you
beers
in?
have you had?
Oh.
For a moment. I was so afraid.
I think I'm on 6 or 7.
Uh-huh. You get one more.
She leans. I also got some for the road.
Yeah, I know. One more.
All right,
Yeah.
fine. Hold on, I'm gonna roll odds or evens real quick. She completely misunderstands that, and you definitely see her trying to waterbend again.
All right. I'm just gonna like throw her over my shoulder, fireman carry her out. Out of the
She
bar.
punches you as you try to do that.
Hey!
Okay.
I'm just trying to get us out.
Don't
On the
touch me
road.
like that. Fine,
Relax.
I'll get up.
Uh,
Fucking ruin a good night.
You do realize that we're trying to help somebody here, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Hey, she's gonna be fine to walk.
Okay.
okay.
Don't punch people.
You shouldn't have grabbed me like that.
Yeah, sure. Don't punch him. You can ask.
It's fine.
What else am I supposed to do in this situation?
I'm on Makoa's
Don't-
side here.
Yeah, no,
Say-
that is,
I know, but you could say, "Hold me down."
I didn't think you were
No,
okay to walk, and
I
we
know
needed
I
to
can
walk
say
somewhere.
that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I
It's fine,
overstepped.
bud.
I'm not apologizing to you.
That is fine. I don't give a shit. Let's just get this guy out of here.
It's fine.
All right. And so, you guys sleep for the night in the building, and
Akshu.
in the morning, you head out, as was said, as was warned. You make your way out to the Guiding Winds area. The camp is about a 5-hour walk off of the Beetles. You can grab Beetles as you come back in, but
Yep.
As you get to the camp, you see a couple of tents kind of set up. They've got this sort of orangey fabric, or like it's not fabric. It wouldn't be fabric on tents. It'd be like shit. What's that like? Well,
Hide?
Yeah, it'd be hide. Thank you. Like a dyed orange hide, telling you that you're in the right place. You see a couple of people carrying the gliders that the air nomads are known for. And as you walk into the camp, a couple of people kind of eye you as you're walking in, but it's not something that's like, oh my god, we have to be on alert. It's just, you can walk in.
Kind of lax.
I mean, it is. They're peaceful people that are just trying to help. It makes sense, right?
They
I think
others aren't.
while that's going on, she's kind of probably looking around for someone who looks like they might be in charge.
As you take a peek around, you do see somebody who's kind of like sitting in a central position with a couple of people, like on a raised platform with a couple of people sitting around them, and they're all doing the kind of like lotus yoga pose. So probably that person.
She would probably like point them, like get the attention of everyone and kind of like jerk her head towards them and just be like, as if to say like, we should probably go over there.
Yeah. Alright.
And then head over.
On we go.
As you make your way over, you see a one of the bald monks of the air nomads, and they're all in a sort of spiritual meditation. But seeing as you walk over, the leader's eyes kind of opens, and she looks at you quizzically. She doesn't say anything, but she has one eye open, watching you approach.
I think she would probably like. Would she have been taught about the other nations as part of her military, do you think?
Oh yeah.
So-
National culture is something that is like, it's not like wild. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, over there they do this. It's kind of like how we
Yeah.
understand like culture in different places. Like that stuff would have traveled with other people traveling, you know?
Right, okay. So she would then, in that case, she would probably try and do like an airbender's greet. I
Yeah, the
imagine
little
that
bow.
it's like more of a hand over the heart kind of slight bow thing, as like a respectful greeting.
Okay.
And then she'd probably gesture to your boy and just go, introduce yourself.
Okay. Hello. And as he speaks, the rest of the monks kind of look over, like, huh? Sorry. I'm Michi, and I want to join the Guiding Winds. In what way? To learn from you, and then I'll take that knowledge and I'll go and do something good with it, I guess. What about the rest of you?
No,
I'm
just
a
dropping
mistake
him off.
here.
Full disclosure, there are people that want to take him home. We're here to keep those people from doing that, but I don't think we're planning on staying.
Look, we got a factory to destroy.
Do we? Is that
Yes.
the plan?
She's
Yes,
like,
now.
what?
The what?
She's confused, but like, whatever.
We'll get to that.
I thought that was a bit. Are we actually doing
I'm
that?
confused.
Huh?
What
Discuss
are
it
you
on the
guys
way
doing?
back.
What?
On the way back.
I mean, yeah, if Makoa and Shiying are being like, yo, this factory's got gunpowder, that's probably a bad thing. She is like, sign me the fuck up. I think she's probably gonna like glance at the others and just say, we are just here to guide him.
Then, you're welcome to stay. Though you will have to probably get rid of the shoes that you're wearing. And he kind of like looks down and is like, oh shit, these are expensive too, huh? Like,
You didn't think to mention that?
He's got the Gucci on.
am I gonna have to wear the like? Am I gonna have to wear the like wooden shoes? Yeah, you're gonna have to wear them. God damn it! I didn't think about that. All right,
Too
fine.
late
I'll do
now,
it.
kid.
I'll do it.
I mean, I'd take your
What a
shoes,
brave
but you're not my
choice.
size.
You will break them.
Yeah.
You're almost double my height, man.
Yeah.
Fucking imagine.
Well, I think this is where we say goodbye.
Right.
We didn't know each other for a long time, but you seem like a good person, and I hope this all works out for you.
Thank you very much. And he does the Fire Nation bow, which is the like fist and the upright hand, and
Yeah.
he gives a
Yeah.
bow.
I am not doing that, so I just pat his head. I pat his head.
Yeah, she is incredibly uncomfortable with that. Well,
Well, I mean, Bon is probably just gonna do the airbender bow back to him. Of course, it's been our pleasure.
good luck. And stay out of trouble.
Or stay in trouble, you know, but like
Yeah,
do it
but-
properly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Stop being a coward.
Stop.
Stop saying that?
At least say please.
You could say please. No, you could.
That's
Uh, Please.
There we go.
I,
You already did, you made a big decision coming in.
I promise I will only get into the right kind of trouble.
Make sure you win the trouble.
That is very important.
Hmm.
Do my best.
We win all our trouble. That's why we're still here.
Well, either way, I do hope our paths cross again.
As do I. Hopefully in a better state.
Of course.
Oh, and he reaches and grabs his pouch of money and hands it to you. Please. I think I have to give this up anyway, so I might as well do it now.
Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot you were becoming a monk. Isn't that part of the deal?
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Oh god.
Sure.
Your shoes and your fancy clothes. Give them to us.
That's
Oh, yeah.
just what I was doing, but yeah, sure.
I think he is.
I thought we
Yeah.
burned them.
Yeah, didn't
I
we
like
No,
burn
you-
his
you
fancy
didn't-
clothes?
No,
you-
we didn't
You
burn them.
suggested it, but you didn't
Oh, okay.
actually, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
the reverse
that.
mugging. We like get him where he wants to go, and then we take his.
No.
Stop.
She's got an idea. She's got an idea.
Yeah,
Um,
I like your shoes.
Oh my goodness.
She will like look at him and go, "It would be such a shame if your clothes were to turn up under terrible circumstances, wouldn't
Oh
it?"
no,
What?
we're gonna fake his death in a
You-
factory accident.
What if we're just
Oh,
gonna,
yeah,
you do
gonna
realize
leave
that-
them in the desert?
Okay, you do realize that part of the plan is to come back and like reclaim
Yeah, no.
Part of my-
No. That's
part of
a
my status.
pretty good plan.
No, no,
Yeah.
no,
Says
no.
we say he's dead, and he comes back triumphantly.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't really
One-
think faking his
I'd have
death
to
really does
explain
anything
where
for
I've
us.
been rather than I just show up when my dad's
well-
dying.
See it this way. 1, way more dramatic. 2, no
Ugh.
one will be looking for a dead person.
You are right.
I still don't think it's a good idea.
Probably not a good idea, but okay.
It doesn't get us anything.
I mean, if you all think, yeah, because I'm probably just gonna be leaving the camp whenever they move.
R-
Yeah, they are nomad.
We
Okay.
can take care of him.
Thank you.
The
Yeah.
head monk places a hand on his shoulder.
best of luck to you. Well, all of you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, we
I was just gonna say, and that'll be it. But if you have things you want to talk about, go ahead.
she was just gonna be like, well, we should probably leave.
Yeah, we gotta go.
We gotta go blow
Yeah.
up the factory.
We're
Oh
not
God.
gonna
We're
blow up
not
the factory.
doing that.
We
Stop.
might blow it up.
We're
We might
gonna
blow
do
it up if it goes wrong.
Stop
Or,
saying
or if it goes right.
because
She
I
and
know.
Makoa, she and
What?
Makoa are about to become besties.
We
'Cause
are
I
going
know-
to sabotage a factory.
Because I know that I'm gonna be used as the lighter, and I don't like that.
Oh no,
We
I,
weren't going to
Flint.
before.
I can
Flint.
start
Wait.
fires. It's fine.
Yeah.
Explain. Wait. Explain to me again why we're going after a factory.
Gunpowder
Because
and
they're
fire
actual
mission.
assholes that don't deserve to be there.
We're not
That is
terrorists.
true.
Correction,
Who's we?
you're not a terrorist. Depending which side of the picket fence you're on, I
Okay.
might be.
I think
Oh,
I'm gonna leave the group.
We're not blowing up the factory. That isn't the intention we'll be going in with.
I
why
like
are
how,
we going in the first place?
I like how you changed your stance from "we're not blowing up the factory" to "we're not going to
Listen.
try to blow up the
It's
factory."
like Michi says, long-term goals, things happen.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Anybody that is inside the factory will be outside of the factory by the time it blows up, if it blows up.
No,
Yeah, because there will be no factory to be inside of.
Exactly. Now you're fitting it.
There will be no people within the blast radius.
Because they
Theoretical
won't be
blast
people
radius.
anymore.
Whoever
Oh,
does not
oh
to
my
leave.
God.
I like the idea of like as we're leaving, this conversation is happening, so the air nomads will just be like, "What in the actual fuck is happening there?"
I start walking in a different direction, and you guys never see me again.
Please. I'm so
We're going to
afraid.
go and we are going to sabotage
Mhm,
some
with fire.
weapons
Maybe-
construction. No,
maybe just leave
sabotage,
the-
as in. Oh,
Maybe
God.
just
As
leave
in
the-
sabotage with fire.
Okay. Session
No.
2, we're terrorists.
No, we're going to introduce
So much for staying as
defects.
heroes. Someone help me, please.
Introduce
Whoa.
defects in Fire Nation supplies.
Uh-huh.
We'll hear about it 20 years after when we get into our actual characters.
Oh, I did the math. It's gonna be 39 years later.
The
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, I
Set it
definitely
all up.
can't play Makoa at that point. She'll be like 40
Wait,
if
hold
she
on, let me
hasn't
double
died
check.
already.
Because it should be 14 plus 25, right? Yeah, so 39.
Oh, well, that's
Man.
slower, okay.
Vaughn is
The
gonna be
city's-
so old.
I could think at some point it's just Makoa, she, and Chi-Ying, and we got into a right pickle. It's like, well, gang, it's been fun.
They
Oh,
just
yeah.
blow up.
Blowing up the factory.
Yeah, so this never became relevant, but Toon, the whole reason that he's outside of the Sun Warrior City is to look for any dragons that are because they're being hunted.
Yeah. That's true.
Wouldn't they be all on the archipelago?
Yeah, he got a little lost.
Oh my God.
Oopsie daisy.
How?
Silly.
Get him
And I-
here.
And I think a part of him is like, look, if I never find a dragon, I don't have to go back home.
This is so real. This is so real of
Think
him.
about how many
Ah.
factories you could blow up with us, though.
No.
You're so hungry for factories.
I
It also
respectfully
never
cannot
came
let
up
you guys
for-
start blowing up factories.
Makoa, but she used to be a pirate.
Oh yeah, you asked for grog.
Yeah.
You call this shit grog?
Simply raiding Earth Kingdom ships.
I see.
So, hey,
Okay.
here's a question.
Was your boy honest in his thanking of, like, our helping him?
JT?
What? Sorry, say again.
Was your boy, like, honest in his thanking us for our efforts?
Oh yeah, genuinely.
Hell yeah. So I can be a slightly nicer person then on my balance.
Wow. You gotta do your roll.
Nice.
I think there was some point where I should have rolled shut down someone, but I never did.
So is it still 2d6 and then plus 1 for whatever yes?
I believe you always roll 2d6.
Okay.
I gotta be up in 6 hours, so I'm
And
going
then
to
you
sleep.
get +1 for whether you answered yes to
Yeah,
any of
well,
the 3
good night.
questions.
So yeah.
Then
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye. So if that's the case, she gets an 8. So she's going to become a slightly nicer person.
I'm so proud of you and your
And get
character
You
arc.
get to
plus 1
shift
for
your balance
connection.
towards connection.
She gets 1
Also-
for connection.
Were you at center?
No, I mean it starts at,
And
like
it does start at +2. You get to like move it a bit.
yeah, it
Ugh.
starts at +2, so the dot then goes to +1.
It does, yeah.
Doesn't mine start at center?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
she's
Razor
she's
is
Razor.
different.
Oh,
Razor is wrongin.
You were taught to control yourself, and that to give of yourself is to connect, is to lose control. But now that you see connection isn't weakness, it's a choice, a true way of controlling yourself. You seize that now, choosing to embrace connection to others, and spring
That's your moment of
yourself into
balance.
impossible heights.
That's your moment of
Yeah.
balance. That's irrelevant.
She's she's
The main thing
basically
is-
trying to unlearn the whole "you don't need anyone."
Yeah,
Kind
the
of
whole thing with
thing.
Razor is you start a +2 control, and you are physically incapable of shifting your balance to connection. The moment you do that, you lose control.
When you unlock connection +3, treat your balance track as normal.
Yeah.
So I'd have to get it as +3 in one shot.
No.
Holy crap.
So essentially, are we still streaming?
Oh yeah, here I can. Goodbye. We're
Well,
done.
just
We're done
like, yeah.
stream.
Bye.
It's
We'll
over.
we'll be back with a mini campaign in maybe like a month or two.
We win those.